I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
You party people in the place to be. What's good? Welcome to the premier Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute, salute, salute. Let me just make the adjustment here so you can see your guy live in color. What's good, everybody? So I got to the game a little bit late. Salute to the kingest of all ribbies, the RM Master Wrench King Ribby. Andios is in the building. Salute to the social media star, Instagram star. Andios, what's good? What's good? Torres is in the building. Torres, what good? What's good? Just Knicks is in the building. Yo. It's good to be here rocking with y'all on a Friday night. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Yeah, guy overslept this morning, bro. I had to get some Z's. I ain't even going to lie to y'all, man. This morning, that alarm clock went off, bro. That long work week will wear you out. You know what I'm saying? Gaston! Every time we start talking and we don't talk about Jalen Brunson, my dogs start hollering in there, right? My dog is like, yo, talk about Brunson. Talk about Brunson. I will. Gaston, we will talk about Brunson. Relax. So, yeah, man, I didn't get to the game until halftime, so I ain't going to sit up here in front like I saw the whole game. But what I will tell you is the parts of the games that I did see, I was very impressed by a bunch of people. Right? By a bunch of people. Just Knicks asked the question, should we be concerned about Karl Anthony Towns deep? Oh, I thought I sent this. My bad. It was just sitting there. I don't know. I think I tapped it, but it still didn't go. Okay. Should we be concerned about Karl Anthony Towns' shooting? No. Should we be concerned about Mikal Bridges is scoring? No. Should we be concerned about Precious Achiuwa getting hurt? Yes. Should we be concerned? I'm going to bring this dude up here. I ain't even going to play an intro. Watch. Bam! Coach, what's good?
What's up? Salute, everybody.
I think the biggest takeaway from tonight is not wins or losses. It's not who looked great and who didn't. It's the fact that Precious Achiuwa walked off the court hurt. I ain't gonna hold you. When I watched Landry Shamet get hurt, I was like, I feel for him, but he's replaceable for us. But when I saw Precious get hurt, I was like, nah, we don't have a dude on our roster that can just fill in for Precious. Jericho Sims is not going to get out there and do what Precious does. I'm telling you that right now. Right? TJ Warren is not going to get out there and do what Precious does. right? Pacom Dadier is not going to get out there and do what Precious does. He's just not, right? Not yet, right? Porty Airport is not ready, coach, right? I should call this the Precious Achua show because deep in my heart, I feel like Precious Achua is going to be out 3 weeks to a month. And that's an injury that we can't afford, especially with Mitchell Robinson already hurt. Now we're depending on a big man rotation of Cat, Jericho Sims, and Airport. And so I don't know how y'all feel about Porty, about Airport. I don't know how y'all feel about Sims. I feel like Cat is an all-star center. But
sorry,
Cat can't play 48 minutes. Right? Coach, what should we do in this? If you're a Knicks fan, what should you do? How should you feel about Precious walking off the floor?
I mean, I reacted right away. I was like, no,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, because of the way our team's constructed right now, OG is like the quasi 4, but he's not really the 4 or whatever. But
him and Hart are like the 3.5.
Yeah. And like, Precious was already a big part of what, like, when the rotations came in, like he can play that position, even with the starters.
Right.
So like when he's out, it's thin after that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, technically there's no one. There isn't really another 4 after him. So now you got to talk about it. To me, there's no choice. We have to sign somebody. We got to get someone off the street. I mean, there's OG can't play 48 minutes either.
No, you playing 28 minutes.
Exactly. Salute Kerry Cox. I mean, I guess Morris might be the guy. I mean, I don't know who else meets that criteria. But with Shamet, the thing is, if they plan on keeping him, because I guess I heard that they were saying the reports are he's not going to need surgery or anything. So,
right,
it's going to be one of those situations because of the Precious thing. I guess TJ Warren can technically fill in that backup role, but they can't sign Shamet and Warren.
No. And why would they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they can't sign both of them. They can't. They're vet their vet minimum salaries are too much.
Right.
So we can only keep one of them.
Right.
Precious pulled his hamstring, Gary Cox. I mean, he did something to his hamstring. My own personal experience and being around sports, from what I noticed, what he grabbed behind him, and I didn't see a forceful shot to the area, so it's not a contusion, in my opinion. But he definitely tweaked something in the hamstring area when he went up for the dunk.
Right.
So he went.
And you could tell on the play because when he elevated, it was like a half elevation, right? It was like a half elevation. Yeah, because Coach and I were just talking the other day about how explosive he looked at the rim dunking, right?
I mean, He looked explosive in that game. He had a night in the first half. He had a nice dunk. When you get a chance, you got to look up the replay on that one. It was pretty, and he had some good lift on a few things in that game.
Right.
Yeah, it's his hamstring, man. Unfortunately, I mean, like I said, I've watched sports for a long time. I've been a medical professional for 20 years. I've coached for a long time, and just from what I saw and the way he came off right away, he went straight to the locker room.
Yep. Trying to talk to him, he's like, "Nah, bro."
So yeah, that kind of forces our hand. But yeah, I mean, look, you've got superhumans on playing a super physical sport with a lot of changes of directions and explosive movements up and down. It's strain on everything, your muscles, your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, everything.
Right.
When you play a professional sport, when you play any sport, it's not a matter of if you're going to get hurt, it's when. I mean, everyone gets something.
Right.
I used to always say with my kids I've coached and everything that some of them played with owies, they were hurting a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
I used to make a speech about, look, if you're playing your sport correctly, like something like football, basketball, any sport, like you're gonna have hurts, like your hand's gonna hurt, your fingers, and your ankle. You always got something kind of aching you a little bit if you're playing hard and physical.
Right.
And I always joked around and said, in my whole career of playing sports, there was only one game of my life that I was 100% healthy. And that was the first game I ever played as a kid.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because since then, I used to go crazy, play hard, Right. I got crooked fingers and I got a jacked up pinky. I got both my ankles crack when I walk. One's like a high pitched one. The other one's a low one. Yeah, I got all kinds of.
Right.
My neck sounds like a Rice Krispies when I move it. So unfortunately, it's a percentages game, and the Knicks unfortunately have had the higher percentage of guys getting hurt here. I mean, fingers crossed. Luckily, our starters have all been healthy. They made it through the whole preseason. So, some other teams can't say that right now. A couple of big-name guys have gotten banged up in preseason this year.
All right.
So with that being said, I don't know. What did you want to keep alluding to if you're concerned about Cat or Bridges shooting or anything?
Yo, look who it is!
There's the man.
Gentlemen, it is an honor and a pleasure to be with you on this lovely evening. How are you?
Is it a new spot today,
bro?
It's happening.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
all
I
over the
legit was like, I legit got excited when I saw you was backstage, bro.
Man, it's good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, man.
It is so exciting to be with you fellas tonight.
How you doing, man?
It's a perfect evening to be with you guys tonight. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all
How did the
right.
golf outing go? Did you play good?
Man, I'm about to take some lessons. I don't know if that answers that question. That probably answers
Everybody,
that question.
bro. Everybody, even the best of them, bro. They take lessons.
Everyone.
I'm a bogey golfer. But I've played this really, really difficult course.
Good.
So that was not bogey golf was not going to happen on this course. But Anyway, here nor there. We caught an L tonight, a tough loss tonight, but it's just growing pains.
Right.
Yeah, like I mean, my take on the whole thing, and I was talking about during the game. I would be more concerned if like the offense looked sloppy and we were taking bad shots, I mean, we got a lot of good looks. They just didn't fall tonight. Really, I mean, we had a lot. I mean, Bridges missed a lot of open threes. Cat missed open threes. Like we were missing open shots.
I thought the offense did look pretty sloppy. I don't think they've gotten their groove yet, or even come close to it. I mean, they don't look fluid at all right now. They just don't. I mean, I don't know if it's just what they're running or whatever, but it doesn't look super fluid right now.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed with offense right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're all. Well, here's the thing. It's an outcome league. Like it's what's the word I'm looking for? You got to put points on the board either way, and regardless of who we played or whatever or how it looked, we've still found ways to score at a clip higher than we even not looking that. Still looking sloppy a little bit, and some guys not making shots that they normally make. We still are finding ways to score, quite a bit of points. I mean, we haven't been this north of 100 all the time, this easy, for in a while. And for people to be like, the sky's falling because we're just missing open threes. I mean, it's. Like to me, like, do we forget what Brunson looked? Brunson looked pretty damn good. And even though Cat was 0 for 5 from 3, he was still 7 of 16. From the field, he got 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. I think a lot of guys are. It's a situation to me like when. The Miami Heat got together with LeBron and Bosh and Wade. They were all figuring out the pecking order and some guys, they pass maybe sometimes more than they normally would or vice versa because they know there's other guys here that got to eat a little bit. So I think they're all feeling out their
you remember, Coach, do you remember the Raiders when they had Jerry Porter, Jerry Rice, and Tim Brown, and Rich Gannon was the quarterback, and it'd be like 3rd down and 7, and the announcers would always be like, "Do you throw to the young and up and comer? Do you pass it to the longtime Raider, or do you pass to the GOAT?" You remember those conversations? Remember that when they had that awesome receiving core, the Raiders with Rich Gannon? They went to the Super Bowl and lost. You remember because you're a Bucs fan.
I mean, they weren't that impressive. They got the butt whooped by my team in the Super Bowl. I remember.
but they made the Super Bowl though.
No, I know.
Listen, we have 4 new starters that we did not have at the same time last year, so it's just going to take a long time to gel. It's going to take
right.
But to me, like those guys are so talented that even not looking too good and crisp, we still find a way to be somewhat productive.
Can I tell you why? You want to answer or you want to talk about it? I'm asking, do you want to continue to elaborate or you want me to give you the answer?
I've already said my piece.
So the answer, Ivory 10, the 10th of the Ivories. The answer is the Knicks put the ball on the floor and attack the rim because there is space for everyone to attack their man off the dribble. Right? This is what I've been pointing out to Coach. Coach, have I not pointed out the last 4 games? Free throws. So I don't know the exact number of free throws. Okay.
38.
So the Knicks shot 38 free throws tonight in a preseason game where referees usually swallow the whistle. Usually in preseason games, the referees are like, "Hey, y'all, listen, I'm double parked. Y'all know what that means. Don't be coming to me crying. We don't want to hear it, bro. I'm double parked." Right? That's what that means. Double parked means I'm in a hurry. You go to the referee and he'll say something like, "Hey, bro, I got a fishing pole in the water." That means we getting out of here. He'll say something like, "Hey, dog, I got a pot of beans on the stove," right? That means don't try to slow up the game, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing with it. Even when the referees are trying to swallow the whistle, you cannot deny the fact the Knicks are attacking the rim at a rate where even if their shots aren't going, they can still score the basketball. I mean, tonight we lost to a Washington Wizards team that looked better than us, right? They looked better. The Washington Wizards were more hungry than we were, right? That's just it, right? They just wanted to win. They were more desperate to win, right? Even then, we still lost to them by 1 point on a night where our starters shot 46% from the floor, right? So we shot 46% from the floor, but if you remove what Jalen Brunson did, if you look at Mikal Bridges 2 for 12, OG Anunoby 4 for 7, Cat 7 for 16, Josh Hart 1 for 2. This offense wasn't firing on all cylinders, but they were able to be productive, right? It's like when you wake up in the morning and your back is hurt and you still go to work, put in a productive day. You're not feeling 100%, but you're still productive. That's what the Knicks have been doing all preseason. So what I'm going to say to that is when their shots start going and it's still a march of dimes to the free throw line, the team is going to look like amazing. That's what I got on it, Coach. I'm sorry. And yes, for those of y'all that may think, and I got it covered because I know how y'all are. Chat, y'all not sneaky. Chat, I understand the chat. I've been rocking with y'all for Coach. We got to do something for the 4-year Blowers Tears anniversary. So the Blowers Tears anniversary is, I think it's the 28th of October. I got somebody chat. Y'all remind me. So and y'all. So the Blowers Tears 4-year anniversary is a week from Monday. So somebody remind me, we got to do something. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something big. Diggs is in the building. Our bench, though they gave up a ton of points, our bench shot 15 for 31 from the floor. They shot 48.4% from the floor tonight. The bench was impressive. My bad, Ivory. I didn't mean to cut you off with mumbo jumbo, but what I was gonna the reason why I wanted to bring that up though is because clearly the Knicks have a plan, and that plan is to attack you on all three levels: threes, middies, drives at the rim. We are gonna attack you relentlessly, nonstop, and if you bat an eyelash, we're gonna be at the free throw line. So who led the Knicks in free throws tonight? Free throw attempts. Karl Anthony Towns was 8 of 10 from the free throw line. OG Anunoby was 4 of 6, and Jalen Brunson was 5 of 5. Tyler Kolek was 6 of 6. That's my take on it, man. I'm sorry if I got a little talkative.
So as a team, we only averaged 22 free throws a game last year. And in the preseason, we've already
obliterated that number.
Yeah, like last game, Brunson had 13 free throws himself.
Right.
Not even counting this game.
Right.
I think that is very, very important to get to the line. I mean, that is crucial. When you see your center getting to the line, like Cat getting to the line is big for us. We really never had a big that was getting to the line because we haven't been playing inside out for years, for a long time.
I mean, that's what you did.
Having OG get aggressive has been really big as well. I like seeing him really be aggressive offensively. I think Bridges is still trying. He's still trying to find his flow and get aggressive offensively. He hasn't found it yet. But I think we're all in agreement that the team just hasn't found its groove yet. it's been ugly wins, effective wins, but not really very good looking wins. That's for sure. Not that it matters, but I just they're not playing very smoothly right now. You would hope that they would get better, just because we expect the competition to get better. So we need them to get better as far as effectiveness and efficiency. Are they relying a little too much on the three? I don't know yet. We don't know if they're going to make them. I guess that's fine. I mean, we'll see about that. I'm just hoping that when the threes aren't falling, that we will result to going to the basket like we did tonight, getting in the paint and getting to the line. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, because I don't know if we're relying on it. And Tibbs and really the NBA in general, a lot of offenses do this. But especially our team and our mentality, with Tibbs' mentality, and he's said this before, take what comes to you. So really, I don't think our offense is just looking to shoot threes. It's just that's was open a bunch of times, like tonight, but they didn't fall, unfortunately. Are we going to be a 19% 3-point shooting team for the season? Probably not. As Bridges always going to be 0 for 10, and Town's going to always be 0 for 5. No, but like halfway to 3/4 of the way through that game, Towns and Bridges had already had those shots up, and I'm looking down at the scoreboard. Oh, you're on mute. Freezing.
Oh, my bad.
His name is Pacom
Dadier. Call me by my name. So
but like I was saying, like, just think we're shooting 19% from 3, and we're still in the lead. I was saying that like part of the way through the game when we were doing the watch along.
Right. Yeah. The rest of the team was 6 of 32 from 3. 6 of 32, bro. That's crazy. And then, Coach, the fact that we took 36 threes. 36 threes is a lot, man. Yeah. Fritz Alcindor is in the building.
Ooh.
All praises due to the calculator. Fritz, what's good, bro?
We only made 6. God, imagine we only made just 6 more, and that still would have only been 12 of 36.
So we made 8. We were 8 of 36. That number that I stated though was the number without Brunson's 3.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Brunson just showed tonight he's ready to go.
Right.
The thing I like about with Cat, because there are some other stretch bigs in the league that once, like someone like Brook Lopez or Miles Turner, some of them guys, if they're not making those threes or open threes, they don't generate any other offense. What's great about with Cat, even though if he's not making his threes, he can drive it to the rim. He can hustle and get a putback. He had a nice putback off of a Jalen Brunson miss that he hustled down the court. I mean, that's one thing I like about Cat is he actually plays rim to rim. Like I saw him in this game run up and down the court all the way. Like there's no lagging behind with him. And to his credit, I felt he made a few really good plays in the paint on defense this game too. So he's found a way to still have it in a game where if it was a regular season, he would have played more minutes. We would have tried to win, obviously. He still had 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists in 30 minutes of play. So he did his part.
The thing that not worries me, but the thing I want to keep an eye on really is the assist numbers. I'm not seeing these guys sharing the ball as much as I thought they would. Like we have much better offensive shoot. We have great shooters in that starting lineup, but we're not shooting a great percentage from three right now. And I think that's because we don't really have that floor setter or that floor general. I look at Hart to really help out in that category when it comes to the starters right now. But I want to keep my eye on that. I want to see, because we have good enough shooters. We all know we do now. There's no question about it. So let's see why and how they can come up and start shooting a little bit better. I think it's about creating shots for them. I don't think we've had more assists than the teams we've played all preseason, maybe two of the games, possibly. One of the games, I think it was by like one assist. We beat someone by whatever, but and not that it's the most important thing. Obviously, winning is the most important thing, but I just want to see a little bit more sharing the ball. I think right now we're about running and gunning and getting shots up and playing a little bit faster tempo. Right. But I would like to see a little bit more creation. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I agree with Walter White said it too. I don't know. Maybe we look at things different. I saw a lot of sharing going on, and if they make half of those shots they missed, then all of a sudden we have a lot more assists because all those shots they missed were on passes.
But did you see? Like I felt like they had a lot more wide open shots than we had. We definitely missed some open shots, but we were a lot more contested than they were. Like their shots were wide open. I mean, we could talk about defense, at some other time, but I mean, our 3-point shooting has just been awful compared. And listen, it's the beginning, it's preseason, whatever. It's been awful, and I'm wondering it's because we don't really have someone setting them up as much or as well, or is it just they're just learning to play together? I think that's that's definitely part of it. But it's just something I want to keep my eye on. That's all. No red flags. That's for sure.
All 5 of Cat's threes were uncontested.
Yep.
2 of them were ones that he jab stepped and then was about wide open by himself.
Yeah.
And only like one of Bridges was kind of, he did like a hurry up and shoot when someone was kind of near him. But all the rest of them that I saw, they were, as far as NBA's terms, wide open. He was wide open.
Yep.
I mean, and to me, that's just, I don't know. I'm just not the sky is falling mindset.
No, I think it's just early. I mean, listen, we'll expect them to make those when the time comes. Believe me, right now, I don't think there's much pressure. When the time comes, that's when the expectations will increase. Right now, we got to just hope that they can start gelling together and playing well together.
Right.
Yeah, and and did we get a little bit of preseason defensive effort from some guys tonight? I think so. I mean, not from OG Anunoby. I mean, that man, he seems like he's
a machine.
He can't
help himself, bro.
The Tasmanian devil on the ball, bro.
He is something else.
He's tripping everybody, bro. He's like an octopus. He's got all these hands, man.
Yeah, man. Josh Hart had some great defensive moments tonight too. I felt like, right. I think when they were putting pressure, on the ball at the top of the key, like whoever was up there, it looked like to me that the game plan is pressure the ball handler. I think that's probably one of the keys to the game. That's probably what the coaching staff is putting emphasis on. Whoever is initiating the offense, smother them.
How are they going to get Bridges going? How are they going to get him going? Tonight he got shots up. I wouldn't say they were great shots, but they got to get him going.
I mean,
they even tried to play him with the bench, and it didn't really. They tried to go to him off the bench, and that didn't really work so well. Listen, it's early, no alarm bells, but my man, we got to get my man going. That's for sure.
Okay, I didn't know I was muted.
I wonder why he didn't say nothing yet.
Oh man.
Welcome.
Fritz has been preaching for a half hour, but nobody.
I said he keep cutting me off every time I said something. But
Oh my God. Yeah, we have
man.
murders.
Yeah, I think Mikal. I think he's still thinking in Brooklyn. He's holding on to that ball a little bit too much. We need him to catch and shoot. Like they've been setting him up for catch and shoot, and he's been hesitating. So I
But
think
he's not
just
Devo though. He's not DiVincenzo. He's not really. He's more of a scorer than he is just catch and shoot. He's an open shot shooter, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
but they keep setting him up like he's Devo, and then he's like, "Am I just supposed to shoot it from here? Or am I supposed to feel this out?"
Well, the other thing is on Dios just saying, I was going to say it too. Like, supposedly he did something new and different with his shot, so he's figured out this new form. He's shooting.
Coach, I know what it is. Right.
He went from ugly to uglier.
Yeah. You know what it is? The thing is, NBA spots and rotations are not interchangeable. Right? You can't take a dude that's generally a wing player and say, you got a little bit of handle? Okay, now you're a guard. You just can't do that. Right? And here now with us, we're gonna have to be patient with his transition back into a guard. Right? It's like when people used to tell me, well, RJ can start at the 2 or the 3. Nah, bro. You can start at the 2 or the 3, sure. But they have and trust me, I'll be the first to say that the Knicks start a playmaker, 3 wings, and a big. That's what they do, right? Right. But you can't just take a guy that's a traditional wing defender that can score a little bit and say, okay, now I want you to do what Anthony Edwards does.
I mean, I think we would bode well having 2 playmakers and 2 wings and a big.
Listen,
like when Campaign look, I want to see some Campaign and Brunson together. I think that's going to be a lot more dynamic than we give it credit for.
That's interesting, Coach.
But on just really quick though, on the Bridges thing though, on the Bridges front, I think we just got to give it more time.
Got to be time.
We got to give it more time because now we're asking him to. Is that from
Right.
You think we could trade him for Devo?
Bro, you think we could trade him for? Okay. You think we can trade him for Anthony Davis?
Hey, DiVincenzo missed 10 3-pointers last game too for Minnesota.
He was out of gas, Coach. That's what she
Freezy and I saw it the other day. Him and Ant both missed 10 or something.
Yeah, man.
Look, man. This is everyone in chat. Sorry, I'm calling your behind.
Oh boy, Coach fighting in chat again.
No, I'm not fighting particular people. Anyone in chat, anyone in the other chats, anyone in the Knicks universe that's thinking all of a sudden one little weird, sketchy game that doesn't even freaking count, where things weren't perfect, 100% perfect. Now all of a sudden there's problems again. When the last 4 games we were kumbaya and kissing the babies, and
we're gonna have to scrap together wins at the beginning of the year until we really figure out our identity. We don't have an identity anymore right now, so we're gonna have to just scrap together some wins, and then until we figure out exactly who we are. The team doesn't really know who we are right now. They're figuring it out. So, and you can tell they look like they're figuring it out. So,
I agree with Ivory 100%.
That's all expected,
I think the thing that's kind of lost in this, Brunson and Mikal and Cat have never played basketball with one another up until 2 weeks ago. So, if you're trying to view everything, all you're viewing right now is that they have compatible basketball intellect, basketball IQ, and they can figure out things on the fly. But like when the chemistry is developed and they know where to be
Mhm.
without even thinking, that's when you will see us take off. But within the first 20 or so games that Tibbs has his hands on his team and he's going to mold the rotation and imprint whatever identity he sees fit, there's going to be growing pains. Like we're just
Yeah.
not going to roll out of bed and destroy teams.
And to keep it a buck, Brunson has only played 25, 30 games with OG.
Right.
Think about it.
And OG is just so compatible that it worked off the rip, but that's
Yeah.
not even normal.
So
It's not normal.
So you're talking like Brunson's playing besides Josh, obviously.
This Yankee game is crazy.
The other guys. Oh yeah, shout out to the Mets today.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's on brand for the Dodgers to choke. So we'll hope. We'll hope
Yeah.
on that, Coach. We'll hope on that.
It's just a weird. It's just like every other game. It's like
Blowout.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
But back to the point, like as far as like the shooting, I think there are, I guess
Facts
there are like somewhat concerns, but I'm not gonna jump off a cliff about it. Like with Cat, he hasn't really changed anything in terms of his shot diet and what he normally takes. He's just not making them at this current moment. He's gonna hit his stride. With McCall, he's kind of changed his jumper back to his most effective season. I believe the 2021 season. His jumper looked more similar to that, where there was less movement. It looks funny at first, but there's less going on with his jumper. And he's doing it to quicken his release, despite him having an extremely long wingspan. It's going to take time for him to, I guess, find his rhythm. I'm not going to overreact to this particular game, but he's borrowing from when he shot a particular way in the 2021 season, and he shot his highest percentage from three in his career. And because he's stepping into a position where he's going to be the safety valve, he's going to be the outlet, he's going to be the pressure release, he's going to need to get off a lot of jumpers. Because we lost Dante for that role to be a quick trigger shooter, we're going to use McCall in that way at times. And I feel like he's speeding up his release to help himself be more readily available for that particular role in this offense. He's going to be fine. To me, I think he's going to be fine. It's just one of those nights. And I think Coach hit it on the head. I think they legitimately just played preseason basketball in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they know they got Boston coming here in a second. They're like, whoa, let's pump the brakes.
Did any of you guys? I jumped in. Did any of you guys speak on Precious and his hammy?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it.
Any concern? I haven't read it.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's a huge concern, man. Because we don't have another four in the rotation.
It's weird, but it's kind of like it's forcing us to have to use Pacome Dadier.
Yeah,
and I think that I did like in the first half. They threw him out there with a couple of the starters, and he looked like he belonged.
He didn't look bad. I have been really, really impressed with his ability to just fit in. You know, it's not about him just making the shots. You know, he made shots, which obviously helps, but he's been fitting in. He's not like, well, tonight he got beat a little bit on the defense.
On a couple back doors.
Yeah, he got beat a little bit tonight, but on normal occasions when he's holding his own defensively, he can play out there. He can play because he will make his fair share shots. And
wait. Hold on.
He does a lot of the small.
Hold on. Did y'all say he got beat? Did y'all say he got beat?
A couple times.
Back door. A couple back doors.
So what I saw, and I know you guys are gonna say that y'all gonna say I'm
El Presidente of the Dadier.
How come Dadier Senior is in the building? Okay,
Je t'aime, mon ami.
Right. What I saw on the first time he came back in the game in the second half, what I saw the Wizards run a classic drag play where you put the weak side defender in jeopardy, and whichever step he takes, they go in the other direction. I saw that. To say a 19-year-old got beat by a classic NBA play,
okay.
What you do? Okay, low hanging fruit, right? The other where he clearly got beat was a miscommunication, bro. You can't guard three people with one man, right? You just can't, right? So the optics look like this man was just out there sleeping, And I'm gonna ask you guys: have you, since you've been watching Pakim Dadier defensively, have you ever seen him out there snoozing?
No. It's like more when I said like he looks like he fits in, like even on the odd play where he do get beat, where he does get beat, it's not any different than like McCall getting beat on a back door
Or
early
OG
in the first half.
Obi got beat tonight.
All I
Yeah,
gotta say is that as good as all that perimeter defense is, you still miss my dog at the rim, Mitch. That's for sure. I don't care what anybody says. That paint looked like it was just a welcome mat tonight. That's all I gotta say.
him being on the roster.
Dog Mitch all you want. Say he's not impactful. Say this, say that.
Oh no! I'm not saying that.
Bullshit.
I'm not saying he's not impactful when he's on the
wide
rehab
open
table.
tonight. It looked like
When he's on the
nobody-
rehab table, he's not impactful.
I'll say this. If Mitch suits up, no matter
That's
what,
my
if
problem
Mitch
with
suits
him.
up, he's an effective player. He does things that he makes us better when he's on the court.
Yeah,
It's absolutely true.
I want Mitch, but he needs to be there.
Yeah,
Yes,
no doubt.
That's my gripe with him.
So that bothered me. That bothered me. The paint defense bothered me. The defense overall. I mean,
You don't think Cat was playing good?
Their team was shooting wide open threes almost all night, especially the first half. I mean, it was a joke. Like what? Tibbs was just furious over there. So that D's got to get a little tighter. I think that also comes down to like kind of understanding each other.
Communication. Communication.
It's
a lot of it is
like I said, it's going to be a tough first 20 games where we learn how to play with one another, and we're going to scrap together some wins there. I think it should be noted that Las Vegas said that we would win less games now after the trade than or before the trade, that we win less games now after than when we did before the trade. I just want to say that. Me and Vegas might be on the same page, but
Vegas also thinks we're still third in championship odds. Just to throw that out there.
So
they lowered the win total, but they still have us third. I'm gonna keep. I think Vegas is weighing the fact that we lost some depth. In the process,
we lost dog too. We lost that dog depth. I think we underestimate. Like I think the mentality DiVincenzo brought as well. We lack that. We miss it. When people talk about soft, it's not. It's a mentality. It's about how you play. And I don't care how big DiVincenzo is. He played like a dog. He played like someone who demanded respect, and he went out and got it.
You call that man a Chihuahua?
I'm gonna miss that.
You calling him?
Listen, Chihuahua. I've seen Chihuahua back my Great Dane up a couple of times. All right, I saw it. I don't know.
But I'm inclined to agree with you. Like the whole Vegas thing. Vegas is saying is that we might take a step back as far as depth for the 82 game season, but they believe in our ceiling. That's why we're still like third in championship odds. But they acknowledge like we lost depth, and depth is most important in the regular season in terms of getting wins. But when you get to the playoffs, outside of like the Pacers, everyone runs a 7-man or 8-man rotation. And at that point, your best 8 dictates who wins the championship.
So
9 times out of 10.
What are our thoughts behind what's the reason for the healthy rest day for Deuce?
Coach, let me get in right here first, though, before we talk about Deuce just real quick. The dog argument is a pussyfoot argument.
Oh, okay. Now there's no benefit to having that.
Now, hold on. Hey, when y'all were doing, I was like, yo, I'm gonna just sit here and let that rock. Right?
My bad. My bad.
I think the dog argument is what people say when they can't justify anything. Like, if you don't have anything, just call everybody soft and everybody will get angry. Because the people that are hard to get angry, that people are soft, and the people that are soft will get angry because they're being called soft. Right? The thing is, I watch dogs all over the NBA not win championships, bro. Pat Bev was supposed to be that guy. I'm like, yo, Montrezl Harrell.
90s Knicks had a lot of dogs. How many rings I got, y'all?
And they have 0 chips to their name. in this league, if you wanna know the real reason why the Knicks lost, is because they only got up 83 field goals. That's the reason why. The Knicks usually take about 88, 89 field goals under Tibbs. When we're out running and gunning, we'll probably take about 90, 91. Tonight, we took 83 field goals, and we're out here talking about it's because Mitch wasn't here.
No, nobody's talking
come on,
about
come on, bro. Nah, bro. You alluded to points in the paint. You alluded to the defense, and while I'm pointing these things out, y'all know I don't have nothing against Ivory. I will take Ivory for every 4,000 subscribers we got. I'll take Ivory over every 500 person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ivory know he my guy, right? But for this point right here, though, the soft argument. How are you going to call a team soft when they went on 38-10?
Yeah, listen.
You sound, Mike. You sound like you underwater. Say that again.
The mic is going. So it's the mic.
You went soft on us, Freezy. You went soft.
This mic went soft. I'm gonna have to give me another mic, man.
No, man. It's about we're gonna miss Steven.
Just want to finish my point, just real quick. Just want to finish the point, just real quick.
Oh, okay.
Just want to because the thing is a team like ours, where the way we're constructed right now, Dante's not coming back, Randall's not coming back, and Mitch is hurt. And there's nothing the Knicks can do right now about those three things. Nothing. Right? We can't. Dante's not coming back. Randall's not coming back. Mitch is hurt. He's not coming back. So if we're talking about somebody on the roster right now needs to step up the physicality, then okay. Point them out. Point out that person. But in general, just saying everybody, nah, bro, I can't. As a fan of basketball and for somebody that played for a long time, organized, I can't just say that, the rim protection was such and such because Johnny Davis found the matchup that he can beat and he had his career best game.
Yeah. Right. On the end of our bench.
I'm through, bro.
Well, I think anyone that was watching that game tonight would say that the paint defense was poor at best, right? I mean, it was poor tonight, right? Are we not?
When the starters were in?
I'm not saying it was because of this, because it was because of that, or because Mitch wasn't there. I threw that in there just to kind of throw a jab, but that happens on nights when Mitch is there. I mean, point being, the defense has not been great, right? It just has not been great. And the offense hasn't been great. And I think that's all due to chemistry. I think it's all chemistry.
I'm not saying in this game.
I'm gonna keep it.
The whole preseason, you're saying it hasn't been.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Ivory. If we made literally 30% of those open threes, we probably dropped 70 points in that first half. We missed a ton of open looks in that first half, and for that to not be acknowledged. Shooting threes is going to be part of our identity.
They were 6 of 11 in the first quarter, and we were 0 for 8 in the first quarter.
And 7 of those were open.
7 were literally wide open.
The fact we even took a lead into the third quarter while getting outshot from 3 by a mile speaks to the fact that we're effective at other things on offense. Cat didn't make a single 3, and he got 22 points and 17 shots. Without making a single 3. That has to speak to how efficient he is without the 3 ball. And he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, period.
I mean, we only shot 22% from 3. That's not going to happen. And that wasn't because we were forcing them.
It was a lot of wide open looks that we just missed. Mikal missed a ton of open looks tonight. And it happens. It happens. Do you have a pivot? That's the thing.
Right, I think that's the thing, right? It's knowing that you have somewhere to go to or something to go to when that's not falling. And tonight they got to the line, so that's what made the difference, right? It's as long as they're going to keep taking it to the
it's every game they get to the line. It's every game they're at about 36 free throws, bro. This is the new normal for us.
Okay, I hope so. That would be nice.
How much proof do you need? You need 5 games worth of proof? Because we already have 5 games.
I think we all agree that the preseason doesn't tell you just about really anything about what's going to happen.
Then why can you make claims that we have a problem? then I can say the same argument to you for your point you're making.
Well, if something doesn't look good, it doesn't look good. I mean, I think we can all call.
Then I can just chalk it up to the preseason then.
Great. So show me it looking good. I think we've all agreed that if over time we all agree that it will look better. But right now, it doesn't look so good. It doesn't look great.
I think
you say that shots may fall later. Great. We hope so. But I don't think anyone is going to say that this offense is running smoothly, even if they make some of those shots. The offense is not looking great right now. It's just not. It's not.
With all the open looks that we're generating, I don't even think
we're open looks.
Yeah, I think you need to go back and relook at the game.
I don't know. I think our shooters are better than what you think. We're shooting horribly from three this preseason, horribly, and it's not because guys can't shoot. It's not because guys can't shoot.
It's not because guys can't shoot, but you're seeing they're not like heavily contested looks. Are they probably not in rhythm? Maybe that's the case. But anytime Brunson runs a pick and roll with Cat, something good comes out of it. Literally every single time, unless Brunson just decides to toss the ball away. Like if Cat decides to roll, we're getting a good look at the rim where we're getting free throws.
But you agree that there's so much room for improvement.
Oh, absolutely. But that's absolutely
room for improvement. We haven't seen a smooth running offense really at all, and. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
I know. In the past, when we haven't had smooth running offense, we can't even break 100.
We score 40 points in a half when we don't have
we had a different type of offense then as well. We had a very possession oriented offense where we were really all about possessions and efficiency, whereas now we're really up and down. So it's a really different ball game than what we've been playing.
And we're up and down because we're more likely to make the shot than to miss it. And then have to make it a grind out game.
We're less. Do you think this team is less half court capable than we were before?
No, I don't think. I think they're more half court capable. I think they're more half court capable because number one, the oldest play in basketball is something that we exploit literally every single time we want a bucket, and we're doing it with two of the most skilled players in the entire league. I have no issue. And then we have two guys that are amongst the two best corner three-point shooters in the league. So at that point, the only gripe I may have right now is that Josh Hart isn't aggressive enough for me. That's the only gripe that I have. Like he can't be out here taking 2 shots in a game. I don't need to see that.
I'd rather instead of him being more, I'd like to see Bridges be more aggressive. Tonight he tried at least, but I'd like to see him be more aggressive than Hart.
He was 0 for 10.
You just know Hart is going to be there when it counts the most. I have all the confidence in the world. If I don't see Hart until the playoffs start, I feel very confident that he's going to show up and be himself no matter what. I don't care what he does all year long. Biggest games come, he's going to be there. So I feel very confident about him. But I do want to see a guy like Bridges establish himself. I want to see him establish himself. It'll take some time, but that's what I really want to see.
He's a scorer, but it's one of those things where, like I said before, none of these guys have played one or another at the professional level. And the only thing that you're seeing is you're seeing their floor right now, which is effective on its own. You're seeing its floor, which is why, like, when I mentioned Vegas viewing our ceiling, you're seeing our floor offensively, and it's more potent than any iteration of our offense that we've had before. And you think it's clunky right now. We're practically getting whatever we want at this point, and we're not even running like a well-oiled machine that you can see.
If Brunson's probably had what?
Brunson is putting up an easy 20 every time he plays.
Yeah, I could probably count on my hand how many times he's had like a rough trip, a rough possession to the rim or into the paint.
Before
I've never seen him this easily score.
Before he had to live and die with contested mid-range jumpers. How many contested mid-range jumpers has he taken the entire preseason? He's gone to his floater basically at will. He's gone to an open jumper at will based off a pick. So when we talk about like how, like if you're comparing Brunson to how he got his 40 in the playoffs last year, it is a completely different way he's getting it right now.
The thing,
and it'll continue to be that way. And just really, really quick, I think the points that are being made are like low hanging fruit, right? Like the easy, like sleeping on top of the covers. I think one of the points that we should reiterate and emphasize is that the team is missing three rotation players. Right? You missing three rotation players, first of all. Right? And no team in the NBA missing three rotation players is going to dominate any other NBA team that's fully healthy. I don't care if you have the Monstars on one side and the Little Rascals on the other. If the Monstars have three rotation players out, the Little Rascals gonna have a shot. That's just all to it, right? The preseason thing, I think dudes are too competitive for that, right? I don't think dudes will get their ass bust just because they don't feel like playing, right? To me, I don't want to co-sign to that because I feel like professional athletes are competitive. If you are competitive and you're just a Joe, right? If you are competitive and you're just an average Joe, just imagine the dudes that get paid to do it. You know they're competitive.
No, I'm not saying they took those off.
My point though, coach, is just this real quick that the comparison to all of the stuff that everybody is saying about what this looked like and what that looked like and what this guy shouldn't do and what that guy shouldn't do. When you got three rotation players out, bro, you got to understand that you have three rotation players out, and Mitchell Robinson is one of them. Deuce is the other. And then we lost a potential rotation piece the other night, and we don't even know who his replacement is. So we're trying to figure stuff out, and we're trying to figure out the stuff that Dre said, like guys in new roles, doing new things. He's trying to figure it out. Take this thing, he's going from that to do this. They're trying to figure that out, and then at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You got dudes that you short-handed. So if we lost to the Wizards, it's okay, cool. We lost to the Wizards, so what? I don't care nothing about Vegas odds, and we lost to the Wizards short-handed in a final preseason game. You know what I'm saying? Things like that don't matter. Stuff that matter is, will this team be healthy, right? And the answer to that is no, because we saw another rotation player walk off the floor tonight, right? So instead of me talking about how Mikal Bridges' new wrist snap and follow through is on his three, I'm more concerned about Precious Achiuwa walking off the court, not even talking to Tibbs, walking straight to the back, right? That's what I'm concerned about. Now, Cowboy Bob, maybe I'm wrong, right? And maybe I come through too heavy-handed, maybe, and when I get the hammer, I swing it. But to me, out, the rotation player out and Precious out. To me, that's the concern. To me, I mean, talking about calling Anthony Towns' jumper is short, and it was. I ain't worried about that. Cat's a professional. He's been in the league 9. This is 10th season in the league. He'll fix that. But Precious' hamstring, I don't know, bro.
Precious Achiuwa is on Twitter tweeting, so maybe his hamstring's okay. Nobody's acknowledged anything about his hamstring.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got some tightness and you just wanted to play it safe and just get out the game instead of risking it.
Right, that's that part of it. Coach,
Yeah.
who's a professional medical guy, Coach said when he saw it, Coach gave his medical opinion. Coach is a professional medical person. I mean, okay, Coach. Okay, you're a handsome Italian too. Damn, but your coach is a professional medical person. He forced me to say that, y'all. He was texting me just now when I was talking. Yeah, I didn't see that. So, Coach, I didn't mean to go off the deep end, but yeah, I wanted to go off the deep end, bro. Precious out, Mitch out, Deuce out, the rotation player out, and you saw the way it looked at the end of that game. The end of that game, if we just had healthy bodies in there instead of playing three rookies that we know are going to be around, but combined, their age might not even be 55. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that. Yeah, of course, Tibbs wanted to win the game, but he wanted to win the game with the end of the bench.
Like, yeah, he had guys that are going to be in the G League, guys that are on the back of our bench that are probably not going to play, and
it ain't
guys
like
that
he
might
put
not make the team.
campaign back in, or
Yeah, guys on there that might not even make the team.
I was
on the court.
I was just gonna say, like, I like the offense because when Tyler Kolek came in, he changed it up. There was a lot of good things that happened, even though it is Washington and we lost. But as a whole, we will figure out the offense. I think the offense has been well, but I do agree with Unc about, what should we do about these three guys missing time, because we're going to need them. Huh?
4 guys?
4 guys. Sorry. Yeah.
4 guys.
4 guys now missing. So it's like that's my concern because if you notice, even though Cat's 3 wasn't going, he technically last time I checked when Coach brought it up during the game, he was 7 for 11. He missed 5 3-pointers, but he's still 7 from 11 from the field. He was still shooting free throws. If you look at
7 of 16, but
7 of 16, but
he wasn't counting the minus the threes, Coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So minus the threes is 7 for 11. That's still a good field goal percentage.
Definitely.
There's a lot of things that you guys are overlooking when you look at the game because the offense still gave up 112 points with the players that we have. And I was saying it during the game. If we click, our average isn't going to be 112, 115 like it was last year with all the other players we have. It'll actually be higher. And it doesn't have to click to a point where we're all shooting 40% from 3. It just has to be consistent. Like Mikal Bridges, all he had to do was hit one of those 3, maybe 2 of those 3-pointers he missed. He missed 10. We lost by 2 points. So any way you look at it, it's just they're not gelling right now, but the offense is fine. I'm more concerned about Hart.
Y'all can have it. I'm gonna go in here and get hugged up, man. Y'all talking about Mikal Bridges' wrist snap now?
Nah.
We talking about Mikal Bridges follow through?
Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying, even though with that y'all brought up, we still
Coach, we out here looking at wrist now, Coach.
At foot placement.
I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah, I think y'all guys are just overworking it because you need something to just disagree with because overall the whole season, not you, Coach. I know how you are.
Why y'all keep attacking the chat, bro? The chat those are our people. Why
I'm not attacking the chat. I was talking about
Ivory. I ain't talking about you, Coach. I'm talking about them.
I'm talking about Ivory 10 where he was like, the court looked different on defense. Yeah, a lot of backdoor cuts happen, but you got to look at the defense we're playing. We're protecting the wing. There's a lot of times I've seen guys not look at the ball. They were looking at their man get past them. That's how they were able to get those passes. Over time, they're going to be able to start stripping those balls. Heck, I'm surprised nobody even brought up that
Cowboy Bob, if we was getting backdoor, why? Why are we getting backdoor?
For me, it's because
oh my God. Well, let me answer that question. Then I want to say something.
Like, why are we getting backdoor, bro? If getting backdoor is a problem, why are we getting backdoor?
Oh, I thought Coach was going to jump in, but I was just going to say, for me, I think that it's more about the placement because we're defending the wing, and a lot of times, like I was trying to say, we're looking at our man not expecting the pass as opposed to actually cutting off the lane. Mikal Bridges got beat on a backdoor cut because he was D'ing the man and they were able to make the pass. With time, because I think Bridges hasn't played with a defensive guys like he has, he's going to start going for the passes. And another point to show that, like, even though you guys said something about Josh Hart, when Cat got hit in the post and Valanciunas was hitting him in the post, I think it was the 3rd time in the game. Josh Hart came over and trapped him.
So are you saying Mikal Bridges is having lapses on defense? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm saying I think he's trying to figure it out. I think
you pointed out. Did I hear? I'm just trying to make sure that I follow because it sounded like to me that you said Mikal Bridges had lapses on defense.
That play I brought up, yes, he had a lapse on defense because he was following his man.
All right, now that's the perfect time for me to chime in because this is what I wanted to say about Ivory 10 earlier, and now you're just proving my point too with this crap, and all the other haters of all the other people and all these people that think the sky is falling and the Chicken Little BS. It reminds me of this. I'm sure we've all worked in businesses, right? Where you never see the boss man or the boss woman around, okay? Or the manager, everything's running just fine, okay? They come around and look around and they just check and why is this thing in this position over here? It's supposed to be here. And all of a sudden that one thing she found is the biggest problem in the whole damn facility, and it's the most important problem because it's the one that the boss found. So all of a sudden, that's a problem all the time because they found that one time, that one thing. It's the same thing that happens with these fans of the Knicks.
What are we talking about?
Let me finish.
fans. No one brought
You're one of them right now.
Brought up anything negative. I said it would be nice to see the offense work a little smoother, and I think it'll happen over
What
time
I'm saying
when they
is
get to play each other more. Who said the sky's falling? What the hell are you guys talking about? No one got on this chat saying this is why we lost and this is what we need to do better. No one did. All I said was we need to play a little bit better defense. We need to play a little bit better offense.
Wasn't there?
So what are you guys talking about? You guys went on a whole tangent just trying to find someone.
It wasn't you guys.
A whole tangent.
It wasn't a tangent. It was actually only about.
No one got on here saying we should be
minutes.
playing better. Why aren't we playing better? Blah blah blah. Cat did this. Cat did. No one said that.
Honestly, you said the defense.
I didn't say anything about Cat.
You said the defense was.
I said the paint defense was trash tonight.
And I was bringing up a point when Cat got back down into the post. Josh Hart came over and helped. Nobody brought that up. I was trying to bring up points about to go against that.
I didn't finish.
No, let's rewind the tape because somebody
I didn't finish my point,
Bridges perimeter defense.
I said he got burnt, and then I also said Valanciunas, the third time he went into the post, Josh Hart came over and helped him on the pick. So I was trying to say before everybody else got their points, so I was trying to say the defense will work itself out. There's a few plays I've seen us get beat, but I think we can make the adjustments because that's one of the points I was trying to make as far as our adjustments. Cat was getting beat in the post, and Josh Hart came over and helped.
What I'm trying to say is because you paid attention and noticed 2 or 3 times in a game that we got beat backdoor on 70 to 90 possessions on a game, other professionals that are elite athletes are going to get backdoor on a team, even the best teams in the world. It doesn't mean it's a problem of the whole team. That's the point I was just about to make. It's the same point that people make when all of a sudden, when someone like Julius Randle flips a laptop or he does a thumbs down to the crowd, on a couple of occasions he loses cool, and all of a sudden he's this piece of crap to everybody. They dwell on the one thing that they feel like they found. Half of these fans don't even watch the whole game. They watch the highlights or something, and they watch one play that they think they found. They think they found a play that, and all of a sudden that's the problem all the time. And they say in the chat the same thing about the same play, like 2 or 3 times in a game. This happens, so it always happens. No,
but Coach, I wasn't doing it. I was trying to say the adjustment that they made with Valanciunas posting down, how they helped out. I was trying to also say that, yeah, Bridges got beat on that play, but then when you started noticing when they started switching up, everybody was able to do the changes. I was trying to bring a point that was mentioned earlier and show the difference.
I was there when you mentioned that, and when you heard, I was there when you said that Mikal Bridges needs to not back up and play the passing lanes more. I was there when you said that, bro. I was just letting you know that I'm a real live person that can hear. I heard you.
But what I'm saying is we didn't do anything different offensively. We didn't do anything different defensively as far as adjustments go. It's just sometimes the other team makes a good play. Sometimes our guy gets beat. You know, one-on-one guys get beat sometimes. Guys get blown by. Yeah. Guys get in football. Guys get run over. Guys miss tackles. Like, things happen when you got 2 elite athletes going at each other.
What I would like to see more is more playmaking from the Knicks so that we get easier shots for players. I don't agree that the offense ran smoothly and guys just missed a lot of open shots. I think we missed our fair share, but no, I don't believe that we had as many open shots as people think. We shot 41% from the field, 20-something% from 3. It wasn't just because of missed shots. I don't believe the offense is running smooth enough where you're getting the ball in the right spots at the right time. I just think there's something not clicking just yet.
Wizards had 2 blocks.
It's not a reason why we lost. It's not. I'm just making evaluations to say, hey, how can this team get better in the future? What do we need to potentially look at to kind of get better? And if you look at our playmaking and our assist numbers have been low, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with shot making. That's all. I think
I'll phrase it this way, Avery. We would have shot 50% if we shot 30% from 3 instead of 20. So to paint that perspective,
that's not true.
We took a lot of threes and we missed a lot of threes. That heavily weighs into your shooting percentage. You think they're just separating those two things? Yes.
Look at how much
if you shoot terribly from 3, your shooting numbers are not going to look great. The fact that we shot 20% from three and still cracked over 40% is it shows that we were getting whatever we wanted within the
but my
interior
point
of
is,
the ball.
We shot 47% as a team.
Don't you think? Like I think this is kind of like who
We shot
are.
47% as a team.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think this is who we are. This is who we are as a team going forward. We're going to be pretty much a perimeter focused scoring team. I think I think people agree that we're going to take and probably make more threes as a team than we ever have.
So was the rest of the top third of the league. The top third best teams in the league are like that. But go ahead.
It's not even about the 3-pointers. Look at the attack at the rim. Look at how easy Brunson got his plus 20. Look at how Cat got his 20s. Even when
he
Brunson
scored 54 points in the paint tonight.
When Brunson missed the layup, Cat came back down and did the tap, and Coach brought that up. There's a lot of ways that we are attacking, and a lot of our shots are not just hitting. This offense is fine because it's a lot easier to get to the rim. And to even prove that point, look at how many times we went to the free throw line, which means we are attacking the rim. So, again, even look at when Tyler Coley came on the court. He was attacking the rim.
Bob, you cut him off and started a whole rant. I just wanted to cut him off with a sentence and I said, go ahead. And then you took off and kept going.
I thought, go ahead. Good. My fault. I didn't mean to be rude. Go ahead.
Fellas, the point being is that if we don't have a little bit more playmaking on the court, I don't think these threes are going to be falling like you guys think they're going to fall. I think you need a little bit more playmaking. And I said, I think this will happen with time because of just how we'll get used to playing with one another, hitting people in the better spots. I don't think this is a problem. I don't think this is excuse me. I don't think this is a problem necessarily and why we lost or why we're going to have a problem going forward. I'm looking at ways that, hey, what can we do a little bit better? What can this team do to get better? Because I don't think we're at our best right now. And I think to get better, I think we're going to see a smoother offense. I think we're going to see better shooting. And I think that's going to be not because we're just making shots. I think it's because we're running a better offense and running a smoother offense.
Okay, so that is an open criticism of Jalen Brunson. So let's criticize Jalen Brunson then.
I'm not sure if it's as much Jalen Brunson as it is this.
Bro. Jalen Brunson is the point guard.
Maybe it's the offense. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's the offense.
Or maybe it's the person in control of getting the offense into good shots. Right?
It could be just time played. It could be just time. It could be time as well.
Or it could be Brunson. It could be the point guard. The point guard is the coach on the floor. Right?
I think it could be a multitude of things that Ivory's seeing, and I think some of it might be on Mikal being more assertive and getting comfortable. But this is also like they have to play together. Like you're not gonna figure out everything that needs to be figured out, especially chemistry wise, in 5 preseason games and 2 weeks of training camp. There's a reason why we got all these guys under multi-year deals. And we're going to extend Mikal. Like we want this core to be together to develop a chemistry that can win you championships, plural, not just singular. So it's something that, like, yes, okay, we want it to be great. There's going to be a lot of time for that to be worked on, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And it will get worked on.
It's just not a finished product, and I don't even know if we know what we need yet, like to make it a finished product. But we just know it's just not quite there yet, right? I mean, and it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be there.
So it sounds like to me that it's Jalen Brunson's fault, but we don't want to admit that it's Jalen Brunson's fault. That's what it sounds like to me, right? Because if it's the offense and the point guard runs the show, then the point guard should get the blame. Or the offense is not a problem, and we're just looking for something to nitpick about. But I want to say it. I want to take Ivory 10 at his word that the offense is a problem. And so if that's the case, then we got to start criticizing Jalen Brunson. He is our coach on the floor, right? Does he not have the captain C on his chest?
Yeah.
No?
He does.
Ivory, I thought he was talking to you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I think that might be simplifying it just a little too much. You can't point fingers. First of all, we can't look at. It's not about it's about how the offense is running when that first team is on the floor. I don't look at wins and losses in preseason because this one's playing, this team's playing, the third team's playing, guys are playing that are not in the rotation. I'm just looking at how that offense is running. I see guys bumping into each other here and there. I see bunching on the offense here and there where guys aren't spread apart like they should be. I just don't. They're just. It just takes time. It's just going to be time. We cannot expect 4 new starters this year compared to the same exact time as last year to be running smoothly right now. And I think that's all it is. I don't think we have a major problem yet. Or put it like this, I don't think we know what our major problem is yet because I don't think these guys have played together long enough to really know what the issues are going to be. Okay. I don't think it's there yet. But there's definitely some kinks in the armor, which is expected. So,
okay. All right. Okay.
So the sky's not falling just yet because Mitch is going to come back. All right. So
it sounds like to me that as soon as we started pointing fingers at the point guard, the whole mood changed. That's what it seems like to me.
Good
That's
point.
What it sounds like to me. Like, okay, if the offense stinks, it's the point guard's fault. Oh, wait a minute. No, it can't.
I just don't care that much until it matters.
I just
don't think any of this is even that much to look into, personally. And when I see all these people making these, claims that they think we have issues and we have this and we have that, there's no way to replicate regular season action. And what I was alluding to earlier when I said they probably didn't give it, they gave it a little preseason effort. Yeah, they're all guys man to man. They're ballers. They're not going to take it to play off. But when they play Boston in the regular season, they're going to just play that much harder. They're going to bring the intensity that much more.
Okay.
That's more.
I think what we like to do is we like to pretend we're Tibbs right now, right? And Tibbs is going home bitter right now, right? Not because he doesn't think he has a good team, but because he wants to find ways to make them better and ways to eliminate a lot of gaps that he saw. And I think that's what we try and do. We try and eliminate gaps. I think sometimes they could be construed as, oh, you're just looking for something to complain about. Really? No, I'm just trying to fill a gap. I'm just trying to make us better or think about it.
No doubt.
I just wanted to ask Ivory real quick. When you said that there may be a struggle in the offense, are you talking about how we are shooting as a team, like jump shooting as opposed to attacking the rim?
I'm not sure of the context of that. If I thought they were going to struggle offensively, I thought it might be because they might rely too much on the perimeter shot and not go too much in the middle. The reason why I thought tonight that was absolutely null and void was because of how much they actually got in the paint and went to the line. And if they're going to do that, I don't mind. If you're going to take a ton of threes, go for it. As long as you're still attacking the rim, because that'll get you to the line. If you're not attacking the rim and you're just shooting those threes, then you're a D'Antoni team destined to lose at some point.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know because for me, I didn't see it that way, but I see your point. I could understand what you're saying now.
Cowboy Bob is checking us. Cowboy Bob is checking y'all. Y'all better watch what y'all say because Cowboy Bob is holding y'all accountable.
Receipts. Bob got them
all. It's not that. It's
Bob
because
Coach, you better know what you're talking about because if one misstep, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fight. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying to Coach, bro.
Don't let my age fool you. I remember every word I say all the time.
You know what it is? It's being on this show. You guys have showed me that you got to be a man of your word. So for me, I'm just trying to practice the same type of stuff because if you say one thing and if you mean another, you can't go back and forth. You already know how I feel about this. I enjoy the offense. I just think we were missing shots. And I think that there's things we can work on, but to nitpick at the little plays that they have, it's going to look different over time because this is just game 4. Think about it. It's an 82-game season. We got tons of other things we're going to make adjustments for. Even during the game, we did it. You can even see how Tyler Kolek, when he came in the game, and Huck Porty came in the game. You can see how they changed everything up defensively, how they switched up a lot, even Packham when he came in. So there's a lot of things that we have that is a positive.
What season was that? He looks thin. He looked pretty thin in that picture. What was that? His second year?
Yeah. Hey, Dre, I want to point out one thing, bro. You notice when we point the finger at Jalen Brunson, you notice how the whole conversation changed?
A little bit.
Bro.
Hey,
I'm going,
Captain Hood changes a lot of things.
yeah, it changed a lot of stuff, bro. Hey, dudes
Offensive flow could lay at the coach's feet. I mean,
Nah.
could lay at the coach's feet a little bit. You need some offensive flow, and you need a good play to run.
I have never seen us get that many open looks.
Thank you, coach.
I mean,
Not consistently. No.
It might not have looked the smoothest to you. Like they might have been weaving around and looking for each other's spots and setting picks and trying to get each other open. But in the end, we weren't like freaking out at the end of the shot clock, getting some weird shot off. And, Brunson wasn't dribbling around for 22 seconds.
I think, Coach, it's one of those things where it's like we've been so accustomed to seeing it be as simple as drawing a double team and then kicking out, and then you can see the play develop in slow motion. Whereas this, like the ball is spinning around so damn fast, you maybe not be realizing like we're actually having off ball movement and guys relocating for open shots. Way
With
more
all due
often
respect.
compared to how we had before. We had like a stagnant offense where everything was pretty static, and you stayed in your corners and waited for Randall to get you a ball.
With all due respect, I think right now what we want to see is what we hope that we had, which was a title contending team. None of us can look at what we've seen during preseason and say, hey, that's probably a title contender.
I do. I think we're battling against both.
Especially
but he just wanted to finish his point, though.
So my point is, and listen, like I said, I don't think that we're there yet. We're not supposed to look that good yet. We're not. We haven't played together long enough to look like a title contender, right? We're not there. So that's where this whole, hey, this is where we need to improve comes from. This conversation about we got to get better here, got to get better there, and we do. And I guarantee you, Tibbs feels the same exact way. Right. We do need to get better in certain areas, and we will. It just takes time, but I think it's not realistic or fair to say, hey, we'll be fine. Well, why do you care about that? That's not important. Or no, these are things that's going on right now, so we talk about it. That's what's up. That's what's going on. That's all.
Right. Okay. I'm with Ivory 10 on it. For one of the reasons why I'm with Ivory 10 on that point, right? Is we don't want to be a team that peaks too early and then fades down the stretch. That's my stance on it. I would rather work out the kinks early and then hit our stride and be healthy when it matters. Right? That would be my preference. At the same time, as a fan, looking at a work in progress is not as sexy as watching a championship level team. Right? So while I do understand that you're a work in progress and then you're a championship team, there's that sense of, well, I got to watch this until we get there. Right? So those are the two things that are, Dre, what's the word? Diametrically opposed? Is that the phrase? Like when two things are always polar opposite? Yes. East and West can't be on the same side. Right?
It's oxymoronic.
Yeah, and so it's one of those, to me, it's one of those things where I do understand that we do want to watch our Knicks play basketball. I do understand that. At the same time, I do understand that some things are a work in progress. And I'm a fan, and so I'm emotionally invested in watching this team from day one to day whatever. Right, so I get it. I'm a fan. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, am I a homer? Yes. And I'm a homer. It's just a part of it. It's the reason why I watch
journey, baby. Gotta love the journey.
Yeah,
man. But here's the thing. The other problem that we have here sometimes too is we're part of the information age, and we have so much information now, and we see things that we never saw before. Like in the past, we would never they never televised a preseason game. We never saw any of these games. These are all like scrimmages back in the day. It didn't mean crap. They still kind of don't mean crap, but you know what I mean. And like hell, they used to. The playoffs were on tape delay at one time for the NBA. For Christ's sakes, So like now we're so bombarded. Like everyone's a quasi expert, myself included, because I'm a basketball nerd. All the information I have on the internet, I scour it. I can't wait to look at all of it. I try to find everything I can.
Right.
So because of that, everyone sees like sometimes we don't. Back in the day when we'd watch on TV, waiting for that.
You waited all week for that.
You couldn't wait for the NBC sound to come on, and we got to see the final product. Finally, we didn't see all the stuff they had to go through, like to get to that point. And that reminds me of any shout out to any of you guys out there that are struggling musicians. A lot of times when we see a famous band or a singer or a pop art, someone that comes up and man, they're a hot ticket, man. No one realizes what they went through and maybe what crap they came out with before, they came out with the hotness that you got to see them, Right. And then all of a sudden a band breaks up, and after like 5 or 6 years together, everyone's like, I can't believe what happened. They've only been together for 5. No, man, they were together for 10 years trying to make it before that. They've had 10 years of struggling and finding themselves and so, and it's the same thing in this situation. It's just now we're actually get to witness it as it's happening. Like,
so you're saying we are the Beatles. That's my takeaway. The Knicks are the Beatles.
Well, who's the fifth? Who's Pete Best then? For those who don't know, Pete Best is the
Josh Hart,
the guy that got kicked out of the Beatles before they got famous.
The only thing, I was gonna say Josh Hart because that man has 2 points in the entire preseason.
Well, and this is what I was going to allude to if I'm going to agree with Ivory 10's point that the offense doesn't look as smooth as it should. The number one reason and fault for it, besides missing shots that we should be making, is Josh Hart. I'm just going to be dead flat honest. He's like this. He's just kind of floating around in the way with what the starters are doing right now. I'm just going to be flat, dead honest, because it's going to come down to a point where we're going to go against a team that can all kind of man up with the other 4 guys. Right. And they're gonna let Josh Hart try to take the shot. And that worries me.
Oh, yeah, that kind of worries me too. Dre, does that worry you?
Not really.
Well, because I guess in that moment it might be McBride by then or somebody else.
I guess like you're talking about like the injury aspect, or
no, like and here's the thing. All right, let me backtrack a little bit. I'm not doubting the worth of Josh Hart.
Gotcha.
I'm not doubting the other things he brings to the table and the other things we need from Josh Hart.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying he is the number one reason we're going to have problems per se, but as far as the offense looking sloppy right now and not 100% a well-oiled machine, yes, he's a part of that reason.
Yeah. I'm not completely worried about it. I think he's going to hit his stride, but he just needs to be more aggressive. Like if you have all this spacing around you on the court and multiple guys that can shoot the lights out and have a reputation to shooting the ball really well, there's no reason for you to not be going downhill and attacking the rim and getting layups.
Yeah, that one he did in the game, that's what he should have done about 4 or 5 times in the game.
And for instance, all the time last year, maybe I don't know, but all the time last year he would attack in a delayed transition and go to the rim and do that ugly inverted Euro step and get layup. He would get 2 or 3 layups a game just being aggressive. Yeah. He should have even more reason to be aggressive but he's like being passive because he sees other guys on the team.
Yeah, but guys,
score. Like still, like you have to be a threat. That's my whole point. You just have to
yeah,
be a
but
threat.
here's the thing. He will be, but it's going to take a little time, right? I mean, the same thing with Bridges. Like, you think about what we gave up for Bridges and what he's about to make in money, right? It's going to dwarf what Josh Hart does, right? And he's twice the player Josh Hart is. So even he can't find shots right now because he just can't find his place. Once he finds his place, they'll be fine. It's just a matter of time. We know better than to ever doubt Josh Hart. We've seen this dude come through in the biggest games we've ever had.
That's what I'm trying to tell Dre. I don't know what Dre's thinking.
Hey, look, man. Josh Hart has not
Hey,
played in
Jay's
the conference
always had it in
finals
for
or
Josh Hart.
finals for us. Look, when you play in a conference finals and a finals and they guard you a particular way, yes, it may work in the first round, or he may have moments in the second round. But we trying to win a championship. I don't care about like great. He hit that game-winning shot in the first round. I want him to be on the court being extremely effective
He didn't
against
just
the top.
get a shot.
Hold on.
first
Let
round.
me finish.
Carried us.
Let me finish. He can be effective against a first-round team, a team that has no chance of winning the championship. That's fine. I want him to be effective against the top four, one of the top
He's a
four teams in the
big.
league.
We lost you, Dre. Just so you know, talking over
Hello?
you, we
Hello?
lost you.
Hello. You hear me now?
You're
I'm
back.
saying
We can
I
hear
wanted
you.
it. I want him to be effective against the top four teams in the league, not just a first round. Like I don't want him to, like for instance, I don't want him to be on the court and the Celtics feel like, oh, we can just put Kristaps on him and maintain the core of our defense because we don't have to worry about pulling our center out of the paint because Josh Hart's not going to be aggressive. That's
Yeah, but
my whole point.
But
we
Where's
continue
Cowboy
to
Bob? Cowboy Bob, you ain't got nothing.
I'm waiting because I'm not trying to cut people off. I'm just making sure everybody get their
You
takes
gonna
off.
let you
I'm
gonna let
fin-
This is
I'm
the
finished.
new
You can go
Bob.
ahead.
This is the new Cowboy Bob.
Not because the thing
Cowboy
is
Bob.
I'm trying to tell you. Okay, first off, with Josh Hart, he's trying to get everyone else into the groove. And after what he did last year, where he stepped up and was more aggressive, almost shot 40% from three, he'll find his niche. The only thing is right now he's trying to get Bridges, OG comfortable to where they can run the system. Then when they do have to depend on him, he's just gonna go into that mode. That's the difference, and that's a plus because he's gonna help out with the rebounding. He's gonna help out with the defense, and he's also gonna help out with transition when they need a fast break. But when it comes to him being an offensive threat, I can see your point, Coach. That you're right. He's probably the weakest one there. But I would rather have him in that position because last year, and he actually developed last year a lot better for that spot. Because even you just said it, Dre, he could be the first round team. We're not asking him to be a consistent 12 and 10, 12 or 10-point scorer. We just need him to knock down those shots when we need it. And he's shown that the whole last season. And he started this preseason probably like a week or two before it started. He's trying to get everyone else ready to when he does his mistakes, because we know he is, he's going to be like, all right, I can still rely on these guys to start doing that. That's what he's doing right now when it comes to Josh Hart. And I don't think that it's just him. I just think these guys aren't seasoned enough to actually do what they need to do. There's a lot of things with this offense. I do agree with you guys. We do need time to develop. But the way that they are scoring at the rim, going to the free throw line, to me, this is what championship teams do. Because if we had hit at least two of those three-pointers, we would be having a different conversation. 0 for 15 from two players. So as a whole, it's, yes, everything is a work in progress. I agree with that. But when it comes to Josh Hart's contribution, we shouldn't even be questioning it. He's probably the most solid one, ready to give up the ball to the next man at the time. But his thing is he has to know when is it okay for him to go.
I don't care about him being ready to give the ball up, bro. I don't even care about averaging 12 points. I just want him to take the advantage of the opportunities given to him. There were several times in this game where the defense was stretched out and he decides to just slow it down and put the ball back out. Like, bro, I've seen you attack the rim against bigger players with people in the paint. What are you doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Like to me,
his whole game is about being aggressive. When he's not aggressive, that's my issue.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him getting your point to help your point. I respect that he wants to make sure OG and Mikhail get comfortable and all that stuff. But while he's doing that, he can still be Josh Hart and take it to the rim sometimes when the numbers are right and he's in transition, and don't all of a sudden like, oh wait, I think OG might be open. Let me kick it to him. and stop this drive.
It becomes the detriment of your offense if you don't take the opportunities in front of you just to bring it back out and then run your offense when you had an opportunity for a layup. Like,
spoiler alert.
Like, yeah, it's cool. I get it, but be aggressive. Just be yourself. He scored 2 points in like 4 preseason games. That's not Josh Hart. Josh Hart is aggressive.
Agreed.
Even if he's that's not him. That's not his game that I'm watching. That's my whole point.
But at the same time, you got to understand, though, to me, what I see with Josh Hart is when everyone's ready, he's going to be like,
Cowboy Bob, don't back down from that dude, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling him.
Hey, look, man.
This is Josh Hart. Josh Hart is going to be, because we've always seen it. Even last season when Dante was on the court, he was doing the same thing. Whenever we had a chance.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. No, he was not.
He wasn't taking it out with Dante.
Bob, don't be intimidated. Yo, I know that you get intimidated.
Wow, I'm not being intimidated.
But my whole point is it's not acceptable for a starting wing to get 2 points in 4 preseason games. That's
but you expecting him to. Dre.
Expecting him to score more than 2 points in 4 preseason games.
It's not about the
You
point.
said it. You just said it all.
Josh Hart has never been. Go ahead, Ivory. Go ahead.
Dre, you just said it all. That's not his game.
That's not his game.
The reason why you can say that is because you know it. And we all know it. And the coach knows it. That's why Josh Hart doesn't lose his spot. Because we know that when it counts and when the game is on the line, Josh Hart will be there. He's the least of my worries. When it comes to fitting in, Josh Hart is the ultimate puzzle piece. He's the guy that'll fit in anywhere. I have no worries about him. Mikal Bridges, on the other hand, I'm surprised that you would be more worried about Josh than you would be Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges has played in the NBA Finals. I have no worries about him. Has Josh Hart suited up in a conference finals?
But then you're not even.
I'm talking about their fit. I'm talking about their fit on this team.
I think. Well, I said number one. I said I'm not worried about Josh Hart. I feel like he's going to figure it out. At the same time, it's unacceptable.
I don't think either of us say we're worried about him. I just think he's part of the reason things look.
He's passive. He's passive.
Coach is on Cowboy Bob's side. Okay.
What?
No, he's not. my thing is. My thing is like, bro, if you're a starting wing getting paid $18 million and you score 2 points in 4 preseason games, that means you're not aggressive or you're not playing to your talent level. Like Josh Hart averages like 10 points for his career. Like he averages 10 points for his career. Like, come on, he's not going to deviate this much away from himself unless he's going out his way to make other guys feel more.
Like Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, and Draymond Green did a lot of other things for their teams. They scored a lot more than 2 points,
and
in 4 preseason games.
Yeah,
but see, this is the thing, y'all guys.
I was told that the offense is going to be fine, and that now if
it will be fine.
The offense is fine.
But first it was Mitch. Now Josh Hart's got to score 20. I mean, I thought
where do we say 20? I said he doesn't even have. He doesn't even have the average
as helping prove your little point of why you think the offense looks a little. I don't think the offense looks bad at all. There's nothing wrong with the offense in my eyes. But if it does look
letting them rock.
If it does look a little clunky, I think Josh Hart is part of the reason why it looks clunky. That's all I said. That doesn't mean Josh Hart's the problem.
I think it goes beyond that. I think it's been about placement and player placement and running plays. I don't think it's been.
So it's the point guard.
The point blaming a player. It's about the plays and players knowing where they should be. It's been all about that player placement. It's not about players not performing and this and that. It's just about players not knowing exactly where they need to be optimal on the floor.
He's over here he's that dude that's egging on the fight in the yard in the playground.
What?
You gonna let him call you that?
I just feel like the Cowboy Bob need to stop playing second fiddle to other people that he feel may know more about basketball. If you got a point, bro, make it. If you have a point, make it.
My point is this: Josh Hart will be fine. He has to start getting guys in tune.
That's not your point. That's Ivory 10's point.
Nah, because they were talking about the whole
Ivory 10,
thing
didn't you
about
say
his
that?
offense.
No, Cowboy Bob said that we're fine just the way we are. So the
With
coach
his offense,
said we are good to go. Money in the bank, right, ready to win it all right now, right, Coach? Right, Bob?
If
Ready to
you
win
look
it all
at
right
last
now.
year,
No, I think our offense is fine.
If you look at last year, how he was playing offensively, where he stepped up, he has already shown us that his offense is okay. For me, what I keep saying is this. His job is not to just go out there and be the fourth option and try to outshine these guys. He's getting the team involved to where when everybody's doing well or whatever and he's needed, he's going to step in. That's what Josh Hart has shown us. When we needed those extra rebounds, he was there. When we needed
we're looking
extra
at Josh
defending,
Hart
he's
right
there.
now, during the season for offense, then we're doing something wrong. Then this team is.
Why are you going on this
point?
See, why are you going on this whole freaking rant about all the great things Josh Hart does? I know that. I'm not even talking. I'm not discrediting Josh Hart's worth to this team at all.
I think,
why are we running with this narrative?
Dre called him a bum. Dre called him a bum.
I didn't.
No, I'm gonna agree with Dre. I'm gonna say it because Dre's usually
Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
I'm trying to figure out who's
I hate Josh Hart Club. So I'm gonna speak in support of Dre on this one, where Josh Hart needs to be Josh Hart is not being aggressive. That's what he's always saying. He said Josh Hart needs to do the things that Josh Hart does. That's all he's saying.
I haven't noticed this team kind of not perform well based upon Josh Hart's aggressiveness, right? We have never seen that in anywhere, right? I mean, we've seen him pass up shots here and there, right? I mean, we've seen that, of course.
Are you serious?
Yeah, of course. We've seen him pass up shots.
What if he played? What if he did this last year?
We've never seen this team be held up by his aggressiveness, right? So I think the bigger issue, the bigger discussion point is not necessarily Josh Hart, but like what you're looking for Josh Hart to do, right? You're talking about him slowing down or being like a point of discussion when it comes to the offense. I think maybe there is more to discuss about this offense than maybe you guys were willing to admit in the beginning of this discussion.
Hold on. I'll frame it like this. The reason why you may think the offense is clunky is because we have a guy that's not willing to score or shoot the ball. When we swing the ball to him, he literally will hold the ball and then swing it right back out to Brunson.
Dre, I know you're not saying Josh Hart is the problem right now.
No. Josh Hart is not a problem. He is like, I'll put it this way.
He's part of the clunkiness. You're saying he adds to the clunkiness.
Yes, but hold on. My point is, look, the floor of our offense is extremely high. When Josh Hart is playing aggressive, it raises our ceiling when he's being a willing aggressor, because teams are gonna no matter what, teams are gonna choose him as the guy they want to shoot on in the starting lineup. Especially like if we go against the Celtics, I can almost guarantee when we go against the Celtics in our starting lineup, they'll put their center on Josh Hart. And if Josh Hart's not aggressive,
and we have seen Josh Hart knock that shot.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. That's when he's going to step up.
So let's not worry. Let's not worry about that. But my point is, do you see like beyond Josh Hart's potential lack of aggressiveness in your opinion? Do you see any other potential challenges that this offense has or might have that would prevent them from getting to where they want to be? Because we know who Josh Hart is. Normally.
Yes, absolutely.
Brunson.
Can you want me to point it out, or you want to just continue?
Go ahead, Packham. Go ahead, Packham Dadier. Tell us.
First of all, it's Packham Dadier Senior. Okay. First of all,
on there.
All right. Secondly, tell him I'm not putting senior. Tell him to put junior on his jersey. You know what I'm saying? I was here first. You know what I'm saying? But the problem I see, and it's gonna sound like I'm a hater, is the Deuce McBride issue, right? Because we've seen two individual point guards thrive in their role, right? We saw. Listen, if you're not impressed by Cameron Payne, Magic doesn't impress you. Like, you can't be impressed, right? And if you're not impressed by Tyler Kolek, right, then you can't be impressed. But you know who we probably have not been impressed by?
Are you gonna say it or you want? Well,
McBride.
It was an actual question. I legit asked the question.
See, I think I see the expectations have changed, Freezy. We had this conversation in the summer. I told you, me and Coach, when Coach came back, I was happy to see Coach when he came back. We were talking about this very subject. We were talking about Deuce McBride and how the expectations are going to change. He's not just a guy coming off the bench who his points or his performance might just be a benefit. Now it's needed. Now we're looking at him almost as our sixth man. That is a different role when you're expected to perform on a nightly basis, especially if you have the ball in your hands. That's they've been taking it out of his
Is
hand.
that not what we expect from a 4-year veteran?
Yep. And he showed last year he could step up too. Look at how his role changed last year, and he did much better in that role. And he was hurt.
Well, listen. If we get what we got last year from Deuce, it would be a major, major success. To expect him to now become also a point guard or to become something he's not, let's just let him be off the ball. And if he could shoot 40% from three, we will take that all day, every day, and play some good defense. When we start expecting him to be our six-man scorer off the bench, that's when our expectations are not in line for what we've ever seen from that man. We've never seen that. Most of us thought this time last year that he was not even an NBA player.
But Dadier Sr. did bring up a good point. Payne has been showing a lot more promise than McBride has.
In different ways, right?
Yep, he has. He's
Coach,
been controlling.
Go ahead. I'm asking
Coach, didn't we tell him? Didn't we tell Packham Dadier this in the summer? We said Payne was going to give McBride some problems if he went in there and started running the team. We told you that, Packham. We told you that, and you told me.
I'm sorry.
You said we were crazy.
Yeah,
you said we were crazy.
Listen, I'm sorry. That's one of my
PD.
I don't listen.
Listen, you got to understand that what I've said all along. One of the things we needed was another ball handler that can run the offense, and also someone that, when the opportunity is there, be a willing shooter and actually hit it once in a while. Well, not only is Cam Payne a willing shooter, that man looks for that shot, boy. He really does. I don't know how much I want him to be that aggressive. I don't know if he'll be that aggressive when he's in the regular season games. I guess we'll see. We'll find out, because he's going to be part of the rotation. I'm assuming him and Deuce are going to be on the floor together quite a bit when they come in. So, that's why I'm glad. And that's something I've said from the beginning that was going to happen. Well, that was going to happen with Cam Payne and Dante, because I didn't think Deuce was going to be the backup point guard, because he's already shown in the preseason he can't run the offense. He's a great spot-up shooter. He's a great defender, but he won't be able to do some of the things we'd like him to do on defense for us in that second unit.
Especially because he's going to be guarding the two now.
Right.
Yeah, Brandon Miller was destroying him in preseason.
So we gotta figure things out with him.
I told Freezy this, and I was the only one in the whole Knicks universe talking about this. I think Coach and I were the only one on Laurent's Cheers talking about this and saying to Mr. Packham Dadier Sr. that, listen, we thought that there was a potential for Deuce to be traded because we didn't see a spot, especially if DiVincenzo was still here.
Yeah,
I mean, my goodness, where would he? So anyway, Deuce will play with Cam as we predict, but you can see where we have some areas where we can trade. We have dudes who we can trade, either one of those two. But yeah, Cam gets in the paint. He probably needs to learn to keep his control a little bit more when he gets in the paint and not throw up crazy floaters. But, he's a guy that I told this dude is a pro. He's a pro, and he's going to demand minutes, and he plays hard. He plays the way New York Knicks like to see their guards play, and he's going to get time.
I was just going to say, I feel like, I know it's still preseason, whatever you guys want to say, but in the the 2 games I've seen McBride, he got burnt a lot, especially when you saw Packham Dadier Jr. on Brandon Miller, you saw the defense. He was struggling with his shots, but when McBride was there, he was getting to the rack. He was getting in easy. So that defense is also in question. I'm
let's
not
be
saying
fair.
McBride. I'm not saying McBride isn't a defensive player. I think he lost a step, and he has a lot bigger role to fill.
Lost
this
us.
season.
We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair. Hold on now. We gotta be fair.
Oh, no,
Deuce
you
is
didn't.
also playing a different role and a little bit of a different position than he has been before. He's been much more on ball. Now they're moving him off ball. He's playing against bigger players. I would say let's be a little patient with that as well. Because Deuce, we know he's got those long arms. We know he can defend. We know he's tough. He's also getting bigger. He's getting a little older. He's losing that baby fat. He is growing into his body. Let's give that a little time. I'm just saying, let's give that a little time because this is a little bit new for him as well. And it's early, and we've seen dude knock down shots. So we're going to need that off that bench. We're going to need that because we don't want to rely on Campaign. I'm telling you, he's dangerous. We don't want to just rely on him to be like our 6-man scorer because, goodness, it'll get ugly.
At this point, Payne has been doing well as far as doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. He went bad. He had a bad shooter night tonight. But let's be real. Payne comes in. He'll score 2-3 points real quick.
We just picked
at the rim. And a matter of fact, here's another
point.
point. You even got Tyler Kolek, who did it tonight, came in and immediately tacked the rim twice, went to the free throw line twice, and was actually consistent. What we were expecting from McBride, Tyler Kolek himself is doing right now. Not saying the ball handling aspect, but I'm talking about attacking the rim and getting to the foul line.
No. What I'm referring to is the Knicks needing a solid 6-man, and maybe we don't because we have strong 5. You know, maybe we'll play like Bridges or one of these guys, a couple of these guys with the bench. But I felt like we needed somebody on that bench to kind of fortify and be like a little bit more of that scorer. I was hoping TJ Warren would be that dude. I don't know. I don't know if we have that dude yet. I think that might be a trade deadline thing. We're going to play it out and see how it goes. But I don't know if we have that dude on the bench yet that we could say, hey, that's our scorer on the bench and our go-to guy on the bench. I think we're going to have to pull someone from the starters to be that guy on the bench.
Up until tonight, I thought it was Precious, to be honest.
He might be. He might be the most reliable. You might be right.
Coach, hey, no disrespect to Ivory, but Coach, you notice when Cowboy Bob get his bag, Drake get quiet.
Dre is still wondering how he can get Josh Hart traded. That's what he wants.
You know, I'm looking at.
I'm not trading Josh Hart. Like when I'm talking.
We gotta make this a clip. You heard that? Dre said he's not trading Josh Hart. Oh my God!
I'm not trading Josh Hart. I just want to be aggressive.
I missed you, fellas. I missed you guys.
Look, did you see how Cowboy Bob cut Dre off just now?
I'm not saying like advanced stats or anything has its place in preseason, but you know who they have this stat called player impact estimate. You know, it has to do with the possessions that are on the court and
Mitch
what they do. So number 1 in the preseason, the rating was 20.2. That's Jalen Brunson. Number 2. Tyler Kolek at 18.9.
Around the NBA?
No, for the Knicks.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns was number 3 at 16.7. Pacome Dadier is number 4 with 13.
Pacome Dadier.
Junior.
Yeah.
I remember Freezy bringing that dude up in the middle of the summer. I'm like, who the heck? I'm like, Freeze, what is he talking about?
And Achua was 5th. And that just means the impact. I guess all the things, the stat filling they might do while they're in the game. I don't know what that means, but Josh Hart for some reason is down to 4, maybe because he hasn't been scoring.
Yeah, it tallies up all your counting stats and like usage and all these other things.
Yeah.
It's about a formula as far as like you impacting the game, and if you're not scoring a lot, it's not going to help. So.
Yeah, but in the end, like for me, I'm super excited at the way Dadier and Kolek and Huck Porty a little bit. He kind of showed maybe he's not 100%. I mean, I still think he looks better than Sims. He looks more comfortable in a few summer league.
Wait, let's have the Sims conversation, bro.
Yeah,
Dre, you want to have the Sims conversation?
Yeah, I think we should go
Cowboy
back.
Bob, you want to have the Sims conversation?
Because we're talking about the bench right now.
Yeah, bro. Jericho Sims' name comes up a lot as from let's say
Jericho Sims needs to be a left tackle in the NFL. That's what he needs to be.
Oh my
That's
God.
bad. That is
No,
bad.
He's calling that man. He calling that man Makata.
He just needs 100 more pounds. But
he
he got the
needs
height.
he needs to be the middle blocker on Team USA.
He can't grab
Volleyball.
rebounds. He can't grab rebounds and actually hold it.
Bro, you know how good he would be at volleyball? He reminds a lot of them do. They might not be.
He looks like a volleyball player with
Yeah,
the
that's what
hair
I'm
and all
saying.
that.
The way he jumps and everything, like they have that straight up jump thing, and bro, them volleyball players got verts now.
Yeah.
Some of them dudes got like 40-something inch verts. A
Yeah.
lot of
Don't sleep, bro.
Hey,
But-
he's
Can't catch in transition like Huck Porty. He can't.
Nick
He
Yago.
can't
Sims
finish.
is definitely prettier, that's for sure.
It's
Wait,
a lot of things that
isn't
Sims
this
need to work on.
It's his 4th year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's his 4th year.
So the same things that apply to Deuce, the same thing, and the reason why I bring this up is not because I hate Deuce, because Deuce is a fan of the show, and we are a fan of Deuce as a person, for sure, right? My thing with Deuce though is if we had this if we had this conversation about Frank, if we had this conversation about Knox, if we had this conversation about RJ, if we had this conversation about Quickly, right? And to not have the conversation about Deuce, you know what that means?
Favoritism.
Favoritism, bro. That's exactly what it means, bro.
And it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. It's creative. It's criticism to where we know he can do better. Like, you messing up. You should be doing better than what you're doing right than how you're performing. So technically, for me, I think McBride needs to get back to being how he was last season. Not saying he's not going to be up to that potential, but he struggled this preseason. He was getting beat a lot of times on defense. He was expecting his shot more as opposed to actually moving in transition. I saw him taking more spot-up shots than actually like he was last year, coming off screens and coming downhill. So for me, I'm not saying it's an issue, but I'm just saying, yo, you're better than this.
I don't think he is better than that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Dang,
I mean,
coach.
because here's the thing for me, man. Just like what you said, the 4-year thing and holding other players accountable. When have we ever as a fan base held on this long for someone to do something on our team?
You mean without turning on them?
Yeah,
Sour on them?
RJ.
like Sims is at the limit. No, I'm talking about it's one thing to hold on to somebody that's actually producing some stats, whether it's ugly or not. Like at least RJ was doing things on the court still, whether it was ugly or not, or doing it the way we wanted him to do it, or whatever. But when you got a dude that's literally, I haven't seen him change. Like he's the same guy he was the first year, literally. The only thing that's changed is his hair. Like he's literally the same human being on the court in 4 years, and it's just the same things people fight for him to do this year. They were saying the same things that first year or 2 years here. Oh, Sims can do this. Sims can do that. He can help us with this. Dude, what game are you watching?
Okay.
Like, how many times is a ball gonna bounce off a guy's hands, whether another guy on the other team's poking at it or not?
I think like trying to compare Deuce to Sims is like a false equivalence because we've seen Deuce come up big for us in even playoff moments. What's Sims like highlight for his career? Like he played really
Sims-
well. He played really well against Jokic, like for like 1 quarter.
Sims
I
has
guess.
been given more opportunities to start than Deuce has.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
He's
last
had-
season.
He's
with
had
Hart.
more time to prove himself than even Deuce has. It's just the thing is, the reason why Deuce seems so impactful because he actually started doing something when he came in. making threes, getting hot, playing some good
defense.
D, playing D. So and then all of a sudden, like, oh, we gotta play more. And every time Sims comes in, everyone's like, he'll do okay. You know,
I've never heard any of you be like, we need more Jericho Sims.
hell no.
I've never heard any of you people say
we got a genius or two in chat. They're talking about him starting and putting Cat at the 4.
Oh no.
The thing is McBride has shown.
Yo, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. That's why the chat be shadow banning y'all, bro. We be taking shots at the chat, and then they shadow ban.
I ain't taking a shot. I'm just telling. They want to put it out there in the world. I'm going to say it for them.
There are only
I'm giving them a free super chat.
There are only 2 people on this planet that want to see Jericho Sims start, and that's his agent and his mama. That's it. Nobody else wants to see him start.
I don't know why Dre got to keep it all the way real. Dre, you don't know how to finesse a conversation, bro.
No.
Dre, do you always have to just like keep it a stack?
Nobody wants to see. If Jericho Sims is starting for us, that means like 8 people got hurt.
If that
spontaneously.
happens, Jericho Sims definitely has some dirt on Tibbs.
Yeah,
he must have saw Tibbs like flirting with somebody in the front.
He got the files. He's like Jericho sold it or something. He got
some receipts or something.
He got the thumb drive in the vending machine. Machine, bro. Wow, y'all.
Is there a Jericho hive? Like, that's another thing. Have we ever had a player, even of the worst degree, on our team that's never had a hive? That's been on the team for 4 years.
I've never seen a Jericho hive ever.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
There's never been a hive,
except for like 2 people in the chat that you say.
Nah, y'all, you see y'all wilding now.
I don't even see them people like that,
bro.
I don't see.
There's never been a hive,
bro. Wow.
I'm just saying we could have used McBride tonight, and I would have been like, okay, he worked out through his issues.
Yeah, and if he did have a hive, you know what we'll call him? The Jericho Simps.
Oh, coach.
Wow.
That's
Coach is
dangerous. Yo.
That is actually hilarious.
Yo, coach.
What did Jericho do to that man? No, Jericho ain't did nothing to that man.
Bro, I'm sure Jericho can hammer fist the hell out of me, but I think he's not mean enough. But look, he's so physically gifted. It's a shame. Here's the thing. I used to tell this to my son and guys I love to coach. If you got a coach that ain't hard on you and don't have a bunch of expectations for you and they ain't riding your behind all the time, then that means you ain't got nothing to offer the team.
So maybe Jericho is like a really great practice player. That's maybe that's what it is.
Or maybe he just good at getting coffee for everybody.
No, yeah. I mean, I see what he's literally that raw. Holy crap! Look at this guy. He was like the top 5 fastest people in the draft combine at his size.
Yep.
He jumped through the damn roof.
Like coach. He's physically built like prime Braun, but he has Bronny's mentality. That's what it is. He's built like 2007 LeBron. Like, if you literally look at him, he's 6'8", cut up, can jump out the gym. But actual basketball skill,
like
feel,
I think Cowboy Bob has more basketball skill than he does.
Oh my god,
that's
feel,
sad.
touch, like IQ. He possesses none of those things.
Like, I don't see how someone that athletic, like, can't, like, he doesn't even shuffle his feet. Athletic.
Coach, if you have those like physical gifts, and you're in college for 4 years, that means you're not very good.
What I don't understand is how Tibbs has had tons of young players that he's coached on this team, and they've all made some type of leap or a jump, even if it's for a year or at least for a month, at least a month. Like if you look at McBride, you look at RJ, we've had even Grimes, like we've seen some of these young guys come up and do things. But for Sims, it's like they keep giving him a shot. So the one thing I don't like about Sims is you have all this potential, but you're not using it. You still can't grab with both hands a rebound. You still setting bad screens. You're not even on your tippy toes or even flat footed, and then cutting. You're getting offensive fouls on screens. Like for you to be 4 years in and you not doing anything, for me, I don't have any expectations for him. But McBride, the reason why I'm criticizing McBride is because I know McBride can do more to the point where it's going to help us rather than hinder us, as opposed to Sims. Because when Sims came into the game tonight, foul, no, missed 2-3 rebounds, tapping the ball, not even helping out. He had one clean rebound. I think me and you, coach, were clapping like, good job, buddy. You learned how to rebound. But that's what I'm saying. When at least with McBride, his woes are probably he's not hitting the shot. He may get beat here and there, but his potential is higher than Sims. And I think that Sims is getting a pass for the reason is because we had the injury bug with Mitchell Robinson, how we had the injury bug last season with Hartenstein, and he has to be here because for what we paying him, we really can't find a replacement at that price to at least just be on the bench. And I know it sounds crazy, but Sims to me is just a seat filler right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. When his contract ends, he's probably not gonna be in the league. He's probably gonna be in Europe or something. So I'm so serious.
Yeah.
So now Dre and Cowboy Bob are in Grand.
Oh my God, that did happen. Wow.
I don't disagree to disagree. So.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't.
So Dre said he don't do it, and then Dre do it.
No, I'm saying I don't disagree for the sole point of disagreeing.
Yeah, I know. And then Cowboy Bob just said, "Let's do it."
Yeah, let's go back to being enemies. You know, Stone Cold and The Rock.
That's Cowboy Bayless over there.
Cowboy Bayless.
Yeah.
So Ivy, you're on mute.
I'm just laughing at Cowboy Bayless. I love it. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, we got to do that, man. I can't always be showing kind-hearted to Dre. I mean, Dre makes good points, but you need someone to counter that.
Yo, I can't wait till mid-season when Mitch is like running shit. I can't wait to come on here.
Why do we keep
Mitch jersey and like, I just can't wait. But we're not gonna get into that tonight. Another night. We're gonna save that for another night.
Ivy, the only issue with Mitchell Robinson, and I know Coach said it, I agree with him, is the fact he's not here. That's it.
I know. But
That's
we had
the
a lot.
only issue.
There's a lot more said about my man than that. A lot more said.
Because
he's gonna make an impact before Pacom Dadier does. I can tell you that.
If he was here, we would not even be talking about Sims, because when he was healthy, Hartenstein and Hartenstein and your boy was playing, Mitchell Robinson. We weren't even thinking about Sims.
Your boy, yo, call that man by his name. Cowboy
Mitchell Robinson. Sorry, bro. Mitchell Robinson. I'm just saying, I value him, but we need him. That's all I'm saying. But he's not here, so
he's missed.
I think we need him as well. The way many have talked lately is that we don't need him, and we need
an NBA caliber player on this team.
Exactly.
Like you don't like, for whatever his misgivings are or whatever, Mitch is still a starting caliber player, and even if he doesn't start, he can give you starting caliber minutes. Whereas we're trying to rely on Huck Porty and Jericho Sims to be the third big on his team. That's not optimal. It's not.
Yeah, he hype, bro. Yeah, but yeah, that man, yeah, he'll do.
Can we talk about how Pacom Dadier looks completely different now than he did in Summer League? Just for the hell of it, I want to have a quick conversation. I mean, where did this come from?
He looks like he's in better shape as well. Like in the summer, he looked like he had like baby fat. Like he just looked like.
And you know who doesn't look like they're in shape, Dre? To your point.
Yeah, who?
Airport.
Whoa.
Yeah, Airport looks like he's in NBA shape. but he don't look like he's in Tom Thibodeau center shape.
He needs like another year or two.
I agree with that.
Another year and a half to cut. Like he
to get his diet, not to get his diet right and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Sim's shape. It ain't helping his game.
In summer league, Dadier had just gotten here, came over from Europe, just getting here, just getting adjusted. It just goes to show you what a little bit of time playing with a team, getting adjusted will do, because he looked like he just fit out there. Some of the rebounds I saw him getting were not just like kind of rebounds. He's the only guy there. There were strong rebounds. There were in traffic rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed with him. He looked a lot more mature, than I thought he was. Of course, it's just a game or two, so we'll see. But I mean, he's
20. He's 22 and he's played professionally before.
Yep, 3 years.
So he's had like expectations to actually fulfill on the court.
Packham Dadier? I thought he was
I'm talking about Hart.
Airport is what I'm calling it. Airport. Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about Packham getting rebounds.
I was talking about Dadier, his rebound. Okay. Like last game, I think he had 6 or 7 rebounds, and he played some minutes. He played like 25, 30 minutes. But there were strong rebounds. He wasn't just a shooter out there. He wasn't just even playing.
He wasn't like floating around like how sometimes
right. He was getting in the mix. He was getting in the mix.
Like sometimes,
always on the move.
Sometimes, unfortunately, because they're around the same, like they're built the same. Kevin Knox would like float around and not be interested in what's going on the court. Whereas this kid, he has a nose for knowing when to cut, knowing when to relocate,
where to move to get open, where to move, where to slide to get open. If you need you in the corner, he wouldn't move from the corner.
We're gonna bring up Hubert Davis. I'm just asking. Every time we bring up Allen Houston, are we gonna bring up Hubert Davis?
Listen, if we're going back to the Hubert Davis days, then we got to talk about how bad and how unathletic Charlie Ward was.
For a Heisman winner,
you know he's wrong, right? You know you're wrong.
He was an athlete, but he was so unathletic, especially.
Oh my, Ivory, you are wrong.
I couldn't believe that conversation the other night. I wanted to jump through the computer the other night.
Bro, computer love, bro. Come on, man, you gotta love your computer.
I'm sorry, Ivory. I think you need a hug.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, but so one of the things is one of the things that I try to reiterate all the time. And I tell Coach this all the time, and I know I'm a pain in the butt with it, but I just don't believe in a clear double standard, right? Like if we could criticize RJ Barrett for being a 4-year player without such and such in his game, we could say the same thing about Deuce and Jericho. It just means we're having a smart discussion, right? That's what it
Breezy,
means.
I saw RJ Barrett drop 30 in a playoff game. Do not compare this man to Jericho Sims.
No, see, but that's the thing. That's what a misstep is. The conversation is not about the player itself. It's about the 4th year thing that we're talking about.
Oh, the stagnation.
Yeah,
it's the Knicks fans. The 4-year itch.
I almost don't think it's worth discussing Sims so much because it's likely that he's not a player, right? I find the Deuce conversation to be more valuable because, he's probably going to be a player in the league. So, I mean, he's not going anywhere necessarily, whereas Sims is probably not even going to be in the league. Whereas just like RJ, we know he's going to be in the league, but there's some very big, high discussion points.
But where he's going to be in the league and what his expectations are may vary with RJ. He's an NBA player, but is RJ a rotation player? Probably. Is RJ a starter?
Probably.
On a lot of teams, he is.
He's a starter on a lot of teams. Now, is he a all-star, high-level player? No, probably not.
Yeah.
But we talking about
what are our expectations of Deuce? What do we expect from Deuce this year? Do we want him to be our 6th man, or do we want him to just be the backup point guard or the backup guard?
Well, from what he's been doing in the preseason, getting up as many shots as he's gotten up, it seems to me they're trying to make him like a 6th man type. Like he's averaging like damn near 15 shots.
Do you think that's them trying to put him in that position, or is that kind of the offense? Because you see,
I think that's them telling him to be aggressive.
Well, because Cam is in that same position, and we see him putting up those shots too when he's got the ball running that offense like that. But I'm not sure they really do they really think that he's going to be the guy for us off the bench this year?
I think Cam's game is to be aggressive, and I think we're telling dudes to be aggressive.
Right.
Can I
who's our sixth man off the bench? Who's our scorer off the bench? Do we have one? Do we need one?
I think we do need one.
I'm assuming it was gonna be Deuce.
I think it was gonna be one of those things where it's by committee.
By committee makes more sense to me.
Hammett was positioning himself to be like a microwave sometimes, like a dollar store Burks.
He scared me too with his shot selection a little bit.
Yeah,
so I was worried about him having that green light a lot too. He was worried.
Because he didn't hesitate one bit.
Not a second, and he wasn't as nice as like DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo didn't hesitate either, but he would make it. Shamet was nice, but I didn't think he was, quite that nice. So I'm worried about that's why I was really hopeful for TJ Warren, especially being his size. I thought he could really give us a really interesting piece off the bench, but it doesn't seem like they have any trust in him because they're not playing him at all.
I'll put it this way: if we could have a chance to bring back Marcus Morris, would you take TJ Warren over Marcus Morris?
Yes.
Right now, in a heartbeat, I would. I absolutely, especially if he's the TJ Warren that we saw, like just the last time we saw him dribbling a ball. Yeah, he's better. He's better.
Well, Dre know why I said yes, right? Because as long as Dre's known me, he knows how much I love TJ Warren, right? Every conversation, I'm like, Dre be like, "How you doing, man, TJ Warren?" You know what I'm saying? So that question wasn't really.
It's him and that guard off the Hornets that you got a man crush on.
Oh,
Trey Man
crush, bro.
I see TJ Warren do something nice for us, sort of like what Burks did off the bench for us. Like something like that.
I think that's high hopes.
I think though, I think the thing that we're kind of missing that we were trying to target with what's his name? Shamet. I think we still wanted we still wanted a shooting specialist, just a guy that's cool with taking like 7 threes in a game. I think that's
cool with taking it, but he was only going to make 1 or 2 of those. I like the guy.
I mean, for his career, he's a 38% guy.
Well,
I know, but
all right. Well, let's ask the tough question then. Now it comes down to this: from the reports, and we kind of started asking this question earlier, but then we got sidetracked.
Of course, we got
sidetracked. But there's reports saying that Shamet isn't going to need surgery. He's going to come back at the normal time that you would come back from just a clean pop out and back in situation. So and now it does come down to this: do we keep Shamet or do we keep Warren? Because we can't keep both. Because that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be either or someone off in the free agency.
I think if Shamet was as ice cold a shooter as we really think that he was showing that he could have signs of being, then he would not have been on the trash heap like we picked him up off of.
Right.
And TJ Warren, if he can walk and dribble, the dude can score. The guy is a professional scorer.
The thing about it though is, can he walk?
Can he walk? I don't know. I don't know if he can walk.
That's a great point, Ivory, and that's a great point. And Cowboy Bob frowned up his face when you made that point, right? But because he's like, God, dog it, Ivory 10 said something smart. I hate Ivory 10. Cowboy Bob, you don't have to hate Ivory 10, bro. That's our guy. That's our brother.
This is what Bob's going to do. This is what Bob's going to do. When everyone else makes a great point or says something substantially, then Bob comes back with, that's what I was talking about.
Nah, it's more like this. It's more like
I'm not going to take credit for somebody's point.
This team doesn't need.
Thanks for proving my point that I wasn't making earlier.
We don't need another guy to rely on that might be injury prone. I would say that is the only problem with that whole idea. But apparently anybody can get injured. Just look at the guy that we're talking about, Shamet. He got injured, So right. I don't know, man. I can tell you this: a guy like TJ Warren is a guy that if he's healthy in the playoffs, he can help you in the playoffs. I don't think anyone doubts that he can help you if he's healthy. And if he's on this team for a couple of $1 million, how many millions of dollars have we had sitting on our bench for year after year after year? We can afford to have a couple of $1 million like him on the bench. Just don't even play him. Just wait for the postseason if you have to, because I think this dude can help you score when you need to score off that bench.
Yeah,
but we got to keep him healthy.
Got to keep him healthy. I don't know how you do that.
And see, and that's where
that's the rub.
Paradox.
That's the rub.
That's what the paradox is. The paradox is how far to go and how
So
much
what was your
are you
answer?
gonna be safe. Right? I mean, the thing is, we know TJ Warren is a baller. TJ Warren is one of my favorite players. I ain't gonna lie to you. But do you bring him along and try to spend resources on trying to keep him healthy, or do you take those same resources and put them into your 3 young rookies?
No,
Right?
forget those rookies, man. Them rookies will be fine down in the G League. Here's the thing. We're trying to win a championship this year, and having just a couple of $1 million like him, just think about how that could pay off in spades if he's healthy, if we're making the playoffs.
But you don't win the championship in
Yeah.
November.
I was just gonna say you got 3 rookies.
You win it in June.
Yeah, I was just gonna say those.
Right, but those rookies are not going to contribute.
What are you talking about? They're not going to contribute. Tyler Kolek as a ball handler can help out McBride when it comes to him focusing on shooting and not controlling the ball. Eric Porty can help out with the center position when Sims gets into foul trouble, because we've seen him foul out of the game. And you also have Packham, who's Mr. Dottie Jr., who actually can shoot the long ball and play good defense. He just needs a little bit of fine tuning. Those 3 guys alone.
Those guys need a little bit of time. We're not.
I understand that, but wait, hold on real quick. But I was just saying, those 3 guys can give you 3 different aspects of a specialist. One with ball control, one with rebounding and defense, and another one that can give you both. That can do more than what TJ Warren can do himself.
No. 3 guys who do 3 different things do not equal 1 guy who can do it all.
But it helps out the team. That's the thing. Because you think about
not
it.
in basketball. When you have 1 guy who can do it all like that, it is so valuable.
TJ Warren could ball handle like Tyler Kolek and control the offense.
No. That's not what he's saying. Like it's like in sales, right? Don't give me a team of 20 people that I have to train to go out and make sales, and then they blowing up my phone every 10 minutes because they have questions. Give me 2 guys that I'm going to let them have their own schedule. I ain't even going to sweat them, because I know when the sales report come in, they're going to meet what goal you set. And if you have a bonus structure in place and they go getters, they are going to hit that bonus, bro. Right? Because sales guys are built different. Don't give me 20, just give me 2, right? Because I don't want to every 10 minutes. I can't sell because I'm on my phone. I don't want to go down that road. Ivory 10, you may not. Ivory 10 don't know what I'm talking about, right? When it comes to sales and all that stuff. So this is new to him, right?
So when I look at like just having a couple of million like that sitting around, I don't think that hurts us, especially if you know he can get it done. I think the Knicks probably think more like you're thinking than rather how I'm thinking, because they're not playing him any minutes whatsoever. And I think if they had any intentions on playing him minutes in the season, they'd be playing him now, and they're not. So I don't think they have any plan for TJ Warren whatsoever. But I would like to see that, because I believe in him more than I do what's his name? One of the twins, the twins, one of the twins.
Marcus and Markieff Morris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I was like, I heard in one of the Twitter feeds that I got that we re-signed him because of the injury, and I was like, that
No. We might be looking into it, but I don't think we're not.
Yeah. Keep in mind, TJ Warren is 6'8". He had 7 rebounds the other night. Playing.
I like Warren over
TJ
him.
Warren and Marcus Morris are the same size.
Yeah.
Right. And Marcus Morris has never gotten rebounds his entire career. Even when he was young, okay?
I think the main difference between the two is, like, Marcus Morris is probably a better 3-point shooter, but TJ Warren is probably a better all-around basketball player at this current juncture.
Yeah.
I think Marcus Morris is a little bit older as well.
I think as a 6-man type of guy coming in playing with the bench, I want a guy who can get a bucket. And I think that's TJ Warren more than.
What about Boogie Ellis? None of y'all like Boogie Ellis?
Well, the thing is, I think Warren is going to do better when he's going to have 2 or 3 starters in on the court with him. It's not like, he's trying to find. He just showed up to training camp and he's winging it right now with guys he doesn't know, and really he has to do it with all the other guys that are fighting to make the team too. So it's not like he's in the flow of the real thing that the Knicks are doing, right now.
They're even running Dadier out there in front of him. So, I don't think they have any plans for TJ Warren.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that this Precious injury might make them rethink that now. Because I think he's the only one that's built to kind of do some of the things that Precious was going to do.
So he's the only one built for Cuban links.
Okay, I'll be honest. Well, we're gonna know after today because Saturday is when the last remaining cuts around the league are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a couple more free agents out there that might be a little bit more valuable. We'll probably take a look at the market before we make a decision before opening night.
Because here's the thing, guys. Even before, and I've been saying this since the trade deadline last year when we still had Randall. Okay. That the only other 4 we had on our team besides Randall at the time was Precious. And when I was getting mad at everyone trying to make Precious a 5, I'm like, dude, we need Precious to be the backup 4 because we have no other damn 4s on the team. And now, when we had Precious was really the only real 4 we had on this team. OG isn't really a full-time, like a 4 in this league. He's better suited to be a big wing 3.
Yeah.
So now technically we don't have an old school 4, we don't have a new school 4, we don't have a stretch 4. We ain't got no 4 on this team.
Well, luckily for you, most teams don't have 4s.
No, I disagree. The only other team that I know right now that doesn't have a 4 that is any good is the 76ers.
Like the idea of a 4 right now is literally a jumbo wing.
Jumbo wing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been telling you that, and that's Precious.
So
Precious is
one.
Big. Precious is not a center or
if Daddy gained 20, 30 pounds, he can be that, I guess.
Precious only plays center because his skill set isn't advanced enough to be anything else.
And because he's got some bounce and he's got a big wingspan.
If Precious shot 40% from 3, he would not be viewed as a center. They would tell that man. They would tell that man to be discount OG Anunoby.
Would that man be a Knick if that was the case?
He'd be Jared Jackson.
That man will be making $30 million somewhere.
Do you think RJ Barrett would be good with this team?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think RJ Barrett and ironically, I think Quentin Grimes also would thrive with this team right now.
Because I just want to because we had mentioned him earlier and we talked about if he could be a starter or not. I'm going to make this one little 2 or 3 sentence. RJ, we missed you, buddy. Because I was one of the president of the RJ Hive back in the day. When he was with Toronto now, he averaged 21.8 points. It's 22 points, which, points per game was never really his issue with us. But he also averaged 6.4 rebounds, 4.1 assists. He shot 55% from the field, and he shot 39% from 3.
Where would RJ play if he was here now?
Wasn't that what we wanted RJ to do when he was here?
He'd be at the 3.
RJ
would be at the 3.
We would probably turn him into a 6-man, but at the same time, the reason why RJ is thriving there as opposed
you think
to
RJ would be the 6? Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
I think he would start with Josh.
Yeah, he's so.
Oh, yeah. He would start with Josh, but to be absolutely honest, the reason he's thriving over there as opposed to the reason he didn't have efficiency is because number one, he's not playing with like centers that are in the paint the entire time. He's not playing with a power forward that's not an elite shooter. Like if you were to just dropped him on this team, he's having free reign to just get to the rim whenever he wants to get to the rim. His issue was he couldn't finish over help defense. He could always beat one person, but he could never finish over help defense because he never had the athleticism or the explosiveness. But he had the ruggedness and the craftiness to just beat one person. That's why
He still never saw a pass he liked. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. But I mean, when you have requisite spacing, when you have requisite spacing, it's easier to be a passer at that point. That's why he's averaging more assists over there. They're not a good team because they don't play any defense in Toronto. That's it.
And they don't have an identity either.
Yeah.
They don't have they don't have a lot of stuff.
But
I
if
don't
you're
feel
playing
sorry
in-
for Toronto either. Though.
If you're
What is
playing in
what is the Knicks' identity?
pace and space, as of right now, offensively,
Yeah.
pace and space offensively, I think that's just the core. We'll further build off of that and have wrinkles, but at its core, it's like get up and down, run to the corners, initiate a pick and roll, play around with all the spacing that you have, attack one-on-one mismatches, and attack the rim because there's no rim protector stopping you from getting there. That's just legitimately about it right now. You'll add more wrinkles to it as you go along, but for the 2 weeks that we've seen them play and the 2 weeks of training camp, this is about as bare bones as what it is.
Yeah. And I definitely see us shoot. We're taking shots earlier in the shot clock.
Yeah.
So in turn, that's going to create extra possessions for us.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, and because we're supposedly going to have this space, and some of the guys on our team that are used to being double teamed, and some of the guys on the team that are used to having a little more clutter in front of them because we're counted on more. Like now they're going to have a lot more open looks than they used to have. So in essence, that should turn into better percentages. So the need for offensive boards aren't going to be as heavy. And if we're going to be shooting outside more sometimes, you know, some of our offensive boards are going to be longer boards.
I'll put it this way too, Ivory. How many times have you seen Brunson last year get all the way to the rim for a regular layup?
And not touched.
Yeah, like last year he had to over rely on his floater because he couldn't get all the way for an easier layup because Mitch's man would come over, Randall's man would come over. Nobody is coming over.
RJ's man would come over.
Like Grimes' man, if Grimes decided to not be aggressive, his man would come over.
See, and so Dre, to your point, one of the points I want to make is watching Josh Hart.
Shout out to Jay Boogie.
Hey, Jay Boogie is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. Hey, I think the Josh Hart lack of aggression kind of reminds me a little bit of Quentin Grimes. At point. Just
well,
okay. So if Grimes is a ham sandwich, what kind of sandwich is Josh Hart?
Josh Hart is not a sandwich, bro. Josh Hart is a guy. Josh Hart is a dude, bro. Josh Hart is a player.
Thank you.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Josh Hart is a player, bro.
No, Josh Hart is an integral piece of our. If we're considering this a championship team, Josh Hart, it needs to be a piece of it, whether it's a starter or a rotation player or the cog and the glue. He's a glue guy, you know, whatever. He's a piece that a championship team needs. Now, if Josh Hart is the second or third best player in your team, then you got a problem.
If you don't want to call him a sandwich, I'll call him. He's a hero. A hero.
Oh, a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero. That's what he is.
Oh, come on, man.
But heroes are good, man. Got protein. You know what I'm saying?
That pressed together beef that's just on that spigot for a day and a half and you're shaving it off. Douse it in sour cream.
But for like the identity part, like I think right now we're like a pace and space team, and we're trying to utilize all the spacing that Cat gives us, and then we're just adding
space.
Yeah,
That's our like if that's going to be our identity, that is very, very new for the New York Knicks.
Offensively, just offensively,
very, very new. What do you think is going to be our biggest?
Is.
What do you think will be our biggest challenge? Like, what will be our biggest problem this year?
Consistency offensively.
Don't say health. Don't say health. Health is not allowed to be said.
Health is not allowed.
Don't even put that out in the world.
I think our biggest issue might be, even you might be right, Ivory. I think at the highest end, when we go against the best teams, like we're trying to get to the finals or something like that, hopefully we have like additional playmaking, like or Mikal figures it out and we develop a chemistry where the ball is moving around and you don't have to necessarily rely on a lot of individual great playmaking. Like you don't have to rely on a guy to beat Randall and just draw in double teams and kick out for three because he's individually good at playmaking. But when you have this much spacing around, spacing makes playmaking easier. Spacing makes turnovers less likely to happen. It makes your passing windows more gigantic.
Isn't spacing great when you have like good one-on-one players as opposed to players that are really more? I mean, we really only have one good one-on-one player, I think, in Brunson. And I think when you have that spacing,
Cat's pretty good one-on-one.
Cat's also.
Yeah.
When
Cat
he's
is
one-on-one
really good.
with his passing,
One-on-one.
he's showed that.
No, not his passing. Dude, name me a center in the league he cannot blow by from the top of the key.
He just had a blow by earlier just to start the game. Like he just decided, I'm just gonna go to right.
Well, the dude
and Valanciunas can't stop me, so I'm just gonna go.
He does that. He does, and not only, even if he's only pretty good one-on-one, his threat at the 3-point line when he does that jab step and like does a head fake to shoot, whoever is defending him has to honor it and run at it, and then he blows by him and goes to the rim.
Yeah.
So that alone makes him an immense threat one-on-one. But to your point, yes, I agree. The other guys are.
I think like I think as I said before, like with additional spacing, it makes the job being an isolation scorer easier because you're not having to face help. You just have to worry about beating your man or beating one man. And then when you have all that spacing and you beat that man and the help comes over and the help is late, it makes the windows to pass out to a guy in the corner like OG wide open. That's why when I say like when we were playing, even at our lowest level, we were generating so many easy looks and we just weren't converting in my mind. But some of it was a little bit clunky because we had like at times Josh Hart wasn't seeking to shoot the ball. And that's fine. He sometimes when Josh is aggressive, even when he's not shooting the ball, when he's aggressive, he's going downhill and he's creating opportunities for others. I'm not seeing him do that as well either. That's my issue. When I'm saying aggressive, I'm not just speaking solely on like he needs to take 15 shots. Nah. If he's going downhill and he's being the Josh Hart we know, he's getting dump downs. He's creating kick out passes.
Here's the thing for me that what was it again? What is something that's a concern possibly?
Yeah.
Question. All right, mine is this. The third scorer, who's it going to be for sure? Like consistently. At this point, I'll bet I'll go to Vegas, whatever. I'm 99% comfortable, even when either one of them is having a tough shooting night, they're going to find a way to get their buckets or points or whatever. We all know Brunson and Cat are going to get their 20, whatever. Some nights are going to go through the roof and get their 30s and 40 nights and all that. It's going to be that third, because the best teams in the league, sometimes I think we have enough talent that third guy might be a different guy every night. Like, I think there might be that night where OG has that weird 25 points and a half thing he did, like, and then finally Mikal will get hot and hit some threes. It might be when Deuce comes off the bench one day and he hits his first 3 threes and he gets hot. And, so it's going to be who I think we can't have a game against a quality team like we had today, where only Brunson is cooking. You know,
Is that a cow?
someone got
I hear farm animals.
Yeah, that's me
That
playing the
ain't me.
game, bro.
That is not
Oh.
me.
I was about to say, I'm like,
That's me
Bob,
playing the game.
are you on a cow farm over there in South America?
No, it's an ancient. No, it's an ancient. It's ancient empires. I think
It's
that
a
Asian
Colombian
empires.
cow.
All that's doing is making me think about Chick-fil-A.
I'm like, what are you watching?
Like, eat more
freaky
chicken.
stuff over there. What's going on?
No, not like that, bro. Not like that. No.
It's getting late. No, Friday night freak show. No, but anyway, but no, that like I'm thinking we can't. We have too many available guys that can put up some points to have a night where we're struggling to score. You know what I'm saying? That there's always got to be at least one guy cooking. You know?
Yeah, I think, Coach. I think we're gonna have Brunson and Cat are gonna average like 25 apiece. Brunson's probably gonna be pushing 30. I think we're gonna have two guys in the high teens. On any given night, McCall can go for 25, and on any given night, OG can go for 25. But and they'll just They'll just take turns being the third scorer on any given night because they're just that talented, and their skill sets just mesh well enough where it won't be just like one guy is going to get their points at the like it won't be one guy getting their points and it'll be someone else taking the back seat. Like at the pace and the spacing that we're going to be having, a lot of guys are going to have enough attempts to get whatever it is. It's just going to depend on who's shooting well or not at that point.
Okay.
Like no one's going to take the back seat because this guy's decided to hijack the offense and take 25 shots. Like you've gotten a lot of guys that are very efficient basketball players.
I'll be right back, guys. I did the rest.
I actually agree with that. Yeah, I actually agree with you guys about the offense. That's the only thing. Go ahead, Drake.
The only thing that might be a little bit of concern is like who's going to be the offensive punch off the bench? Like who's the guy that's going to come off the bench and average like 11 or 12 points? Or can be a guy that steps into the starting lineup if we have an injury and we don't skip a beat. Is it Deuce? Hopefully Deuce takes that next step in terms of consistency.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But how many times we have said that though?
Well, we've hoped it after like the second year, and then he actually got tangible proof that he's improved in the third year in terms of shooting,
right,
and creating offense for himself. Now the next step is hopefully being a better playmaker for others, but I don't think that may be in the cards. So we're just hoping he can be one of the best high volume 3-point shooters at this point in the league, which he was last year relatively, but he's gonna have more opportunities to take even more threes this year with Dante being gone.
Okay.
We just wanted him to be appropriately aggressive and then give some of the playmaking duty to the other guards that might be on the court with him, because a lot of the time he's going to be on the court with McCall or Campaign or Tyler Kolek. So those guys can take some of that responsibility. He just needs to be a dead-eye sniper at this point.
Oh, okay. All right. So I hear you, bro. I think
I've given up on the Deuce being a point guard.
Okay. All right.
So did the Knicks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they keep drafting and signing point guards.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Corey Lee. Corey Lee says hit the like button and remember the goal for 4K. Bam. Yeah, let's do that, bro. Let's play.
Shout out to Core.
Corey Lee want to come up here and talk about Mitchell Robinson, bro. You know him. Shout out to my man. Hey, so Jay Boogie is in the building. Jay Boogie says, shout out to Knicks family, blessings, health, happiness to you guys always. Salute, 3 capital S's. I saw something Nick Yak said, and I was gonna put it up on the screen. I didn't want to start a civil war, but Nick Yak, I see you.
Nick Yak be putting rocks in shoes.
Yeah, Nick Yak is the professional
playing boulders,
shoe rock putter.
Master Chief Instigator.
Yeah, man.
It's a big rock.
But what did he say?
I saw it and I can't remember what it is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's not what he said; it's what he didn't say.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nick Yak. That's my guy, by the way. Man, hey, man, enough respect to my guy Nick Yak. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Cowboy Bob. So you don't have anything left then? So you just basically came up here to instigate against Dre?
Because not like that. I think that the offense is the one thing that we saw because even tonight we struggled offensively. Our guys pretty much hit on the same points I was going to bring up. But when it comes to how this team is defensively, I think we're good. When it comes to how this team's bench, we got to find a solid piece. And the hardest part is you don't know who that could be. And that's the dangerous part because we're so used to having that shit. We was like, okay, we had Brunson, we had Randall. We had two guys that we knew we can count on. But then when they got hurt, we had to expect it from someone to I can't even use that word right now. That's where we
can't
get
believe y'all can hear the game, bro.
But
Y'all can't hear my microphone, but y'all can hear the game?
Well, your mic's clear right now.
Huh?
It's only once in a while your mic does that. It's like I think it has more something to do with the connection than your mic.
Okay.
Like you're loud and clear.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So I just think that we got to find that solid player off the bench that's going to take.
See my mic?
And I think we're just good.
Orange, blue.
I think the offense was running smoother. The offense was running smoother when Mitchell Robinson was there. That's all I got to say. All right. Not everybody. I got to run. Happy Friday, everybody. Love y'all.
Have a good one, Ivory.
Peace, Ivory.
Drops a grenade on his way out.
I figured out who
That was a
Ivory
rocket
is.
launcher.
I figured out who Ivory is and why his crib is so nice. He is Mitch Robinson's agent. I'm convinced. He is getting a piece of that $14 million that Mitch Robinson is getting this year.
Yeah,
He's getting a nice little 3% of that.
He getting 700,000 of that. So, so coach, based on all the stuff that you heard, are we overreacting about what we saw tonight, or is this stuff legitimate? Are we just mad because we lost?
There's two answers to that. We're overreacting to some of the shortcomings, like maybe offensively, or worried about Bridges' shot, or Cat making his shots and threes, and our defense, and that stuff. I think people and us a little bit are overreacting.
Okay.
But I think there is a concern with the Shamet injury and now the Precious hamstring. I think there is a rotation concern right now because those are two positions we couldn't afford those questions. Like Shamet was kind of like a wingish player off the bench.
Right.
And, so was, Chua was the 4 every once in a while in certain situations, the 5. Like we couldn't afford those to lose those. So is it going to be an overreaction to even that? Because in turn, it's only going to be 10 to 15 games out of 82 it's going to affect in our season.
Right.
Then yes, that's an overreaction too. Then, because if they come back and all is well, and we have a rotation, all is well in the universe. But I can remember last season, around the 10-15 game mark, when people were questioning Dante, and they were questioning.
I was definitely questioning Grimes, bro.
Yeah, Grimes.
Yeah,
definitely too.
I was like, I was like, that's his. Remember me saying that's his job description? He's a guard that can't shoot or guard.
Yeah, I thought Grimes was going to take his next step in his league, and then he just came flat to start the year.
Hey, Rel and them are buying into that right now, bro.
I mean, the flashes. It makes you think like there's something there, and I won't count him out. He's still a young player, so he just didn't work out for us.
Nah, I'm not going new edition on this one, bro. Nah, it ain't no count me out on this one. Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Count me out.
Nah, bro. Nah, he
He is who he is. Who he is. Who he is.
Yeah, yep. We tried
Oh,
it.
man.
We tried it. It didn't work. Right. And no regrets, bro. We traded him out of the country. Oh, did we trade him out of the country?
I mean, it was Detroit.
Oh yeah, so we're close as now.
Not regrets. Not regrets. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to trade that man out of the universe, bro. So I mean, I guess they said all light skinned busts can play together. Him and the other guy that looks just like him.
That man really does look like G Money Freezy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, what else you got, man? We've been rocking for 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got, bro. I ain't.
No, I'm saying like, is that?
You mean? Do I have stamina? Yeah, I got stamina. Yeah, I got stamina.
I mean, here's the thing for me. Like, I unfortunately got to work a lot these next 4 or 5 nights in a row because I picked up some shifts for the kid I take care of to help them out.
Cowboy Bob, you ain't got nothing to say about that. You ain't got what Cowboy Bob? Cowboy Bob left. You ain't got
So for me, if I rock a little longer, that'd be straight. But if not, that's straight too. Like because I know we're gonna want to talk about eventually.
Core wants to jump in here.
Plus Doker Sorks Rex saying he wants to come in here. He said drop the link. He wants to.
I was just gonna.
He wants to educate us on how Cat and Bridges were stinking it up and we're sugarcoating it.
I was just gonna say I think the development of 3 new rookies is important this season, and I know Ivory 10. Oh damn, my air fryer.
Hey,
so I know like Ivory 10 was talking about it.
Sounds like you took the red pill.
Nah, that was my air fryer.
Oh yeah. Hey, hold on for a second. All right.
What happened? Call dropped?
Leave.
Core popped in and popped out.
There I go.
Oh, there you go. What up, Core?
What's good, fellas?
Good morning.
Good morning, Captain Air Fry over there. Yo, man, we can't be making them what you call it, them tostones late at night, man.
Hey man,
no,
bro. Don't.
He over there frying plantains.
How you know I'm cooking the tostones?
Yeah, exactly. Empanadas.
Yeah, I'm about to show you right now.
Yo, don't
what I tell you?
Wow, he actually playing things.
Yo, don't
wow.
Cowboy Bob look like?
Told you.
Don't he look like the dude from Sporty Thieves, bro? Cowboy Bob look like the dude. You ain't getting nada from us.
Oh my God!
Yeah, y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think he looks more like what's his name? Homeboy from Frozone. He looks like Frozone.
From the
Wow. A chunkier version.
Yeah, salute to my boy Cowboy Bob.
Hey, Core, what you think of the game tonight?
I mean, obviously, we rested the starters at the end. That was a learning lesson for the younger players.
Yep.
For that particular situation, being in the NBA situation. So yeah, uh, Cat got to stop. Well, I'm not gonna say that because that's his game. But it's bothering me. He's not looking good from outside. I'm not too worried about Mikal Bridges because I think when it counts, him and as well as Hart are going to make plays and scoring plays amongst themselves. Because and then OG's going to still be consistent. I just need Cat's outside game to wake up a little bit. That's all.
I say this. He went 7 for 11 outside of the threes. So
hmm
he missed 5 threes. He took 11 shots from 2. And then he took a bunch of free throws at that. So he took even more shots inside the 3-point line to even get to the line.
Yeah. But I'm just saying if that's going to be a part of our game because, like you know what I'm saying, the obvious is that we don't have nobody to really cover that space as far as offensive rebounding. You know what I mean? You gotta hope that OG slashes in there or Bridges is out there or out there on the perimeter, coming in to try to help crash, or even Brunson as well. So with that said, we got a gang offensive rebound. And you know what I'm saying? We don't have that. Those one or two people we could rely on at this particular moment. So
it was really just Hart and Mitch getting all those offensive rebounds. But
yeah,
it comes with an offensive trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, it's the preseason, so
Yeah, it'll get figured out.
hopefully they have to. Shit, excuse my language.
But
Of course.
I don't even think rebounding is really an issue, a really big issue for us. Like we're probably going to take a step down offensive rebounding wise, but we're probably going to take a step up offensively in every other area that it's going to offset that by a lot.
You repeated that constantly, and I respect what you say, bro. But hoping in one hand, itching in the other one, to see which one fills up first. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we got any less
Seriously.
offensive rebounds than we needed to get.
No, I'm just saying. But but that maybe I'm tripping, or I'm just my eyes got to get used to what I'm looking at.
I think that's what it is. It's like it's so jarring for what we're used to.
Hey, somebody got an echo, bro.
It's a
Y'all hear the echo?
Yeah, we hear it.
Core probably don't got headphones in right now. That's all.
Yeah, I'm muted.
But
I do, but I'm gonna mute myself.
okay. But it's one of those things that it's like completely. We went from basically being one of the least skilled at that position and just going and what we required from that position was only rebounds, especially offensive rebounds, to going in the polar opposite and getting literally the best 7-foot 3-point shooter there is in the league. And that is so jarring, especially in the preseason. Like, by the time you actually remember, we got to see 82 games of this. You're going to be numb to it by game 10. You just going to be used. This is life now.
Yeah, you got to think about especially when Mitch was in there a lot and getting all those,
It was the only way he could get on the court to
what I'm saying is being the best offensive rebounder in the league isn't really that. It shouldn't be that proud of a stat. Because if you think about it, what that means is your team is missing too many damn shots. You know what I'm saying? That's what the problem is. And yes, it's great to have Mitch there to get it, or whoever it is. And IR did it when he was here a little bit too. But
right.
like I
he
was
wouldn't
saying,
be, and like his whole focus wouldn't be on offensive rebounding if he had other offensive skills. He wouldn't be underneath the rim trying to box out 2-3 people if he had other skills that pulled them away from the rim. Like, yes, he's elite at offensive rebounding. He is probably the best offensive rebounder in the league. But if you did more than that, you probably wouldn't be in position to get that many damn offensive rebounds in the first place.
Yeah, and I agree. Keyshawn in the chat says something I was about to say.
Wow, this thing is loud, bro.
I hear rebounding is a team. Yeah, there's individual effort involved, but rebounding is a team thing. Like, everyone needs to box out. It's a positioning. You know, how many times have you see someone box out their guy and another guy gets the rebound? Josh Hart's like the king of those.
Right.
You know? So like that's something that it's a conscious effort everyone's got to do. Find somebody and get your booty on them.
And box them out, bro.
Yeah. Even if you're top of it, especially with this team now, we're going to be shooting a lot more perimeter shots.
That's the name of the game.
So the rebounds are going to come off longer off the rim. So you have to have more athletic rebounds. And I don't know if Mitch is going to help with that when he's back. If I want to keep it real, like,
our play style is going to be different just because Mitch is good. And I think we can. It's good to have options. I will say it's good to have different ways you can play. And about like the rebounding thing and the team rebounding thing, the Warriors are always amongst the leaders in total rebounds, and they be starting 6'7" Draymond Green at center.
Yep. And 6'9" Kevon Looney together.
And neither of them average.
They usually put two shooters on the floor that don't rebound, and they still rank high.
Neither of them average more than 7 or 8.
Yeah, because they do it as a team unit. Like, they do it as a group. So
because they value the basketball.
Yeah.
Teams that value possessing the basketball will get that basketball by any means necessary. Rebounds, deflections. They
crazy. And because it's a team philosophy, the man Wiggins was getting 10 boards a game in the finals, and that man was averaging like 2-3 rebounds on the Wolves when he was on the Wolves.
Yeah, because nobody cared.
Like, it's one of those things, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but if you noticed it, but OG's been heavy crashing the glass this preseason. Right. If you noticed it, he's been crashing the glass heavy, especially defensive boards, because he knows like that's part of his job now. You playing the floor, you got to hit the glass. Like, yeah.
Like, I think, Cat's going to average 12. He's going to go back up to his old 12 again.
Yeah.
Hey,
Coach, you see how easy he get to 12? Did you notice how fast Carl Anthony Towns gets to 12 rebounds?
Yeah. He was easy.
And they're not cheapy rebounds. Like, he's snatching them over other players. Like, he's leaving areas to go grab the boards.
Right.
Like, he had a rebound in this game where he like snatched it with one hand before it like went out of bounds or something.
Because he got pushed in the back. That's the one me and Coach was talking about.
Yeah.
You remember the one he got pushed in the back. Cat just
and he snagged it.
Yeah.
And he had 2 offensive boards that were putbacks.
He's a better rebounder than given credit for.
Yeah. He's a better lot of stuff than he's given credit for, bro.
Yeah.
The Cat haters just call him soft because they don't know how to critique his game, right? But we don't call Jokic soft. Yeah, notice that? You don't call Joel Embiid soft. And who cries more than Joel Embiid?
Yeah, we saw that in the playoffs.
Oh, my God. Whining.
Right. Well, hey, y'all, I got to get on the road at 8 o'clock, man, to drive out of town. I'm going to get out of here.
All right,
y'all want to rock till 6? I'm gonna get up at 6. So if y'all want to rock till 6, I'll come back.
I'm good. I'm good. Peace.
Now y'all like Carl Anthony Towns out here, bro. Y'all like Carl Anthony Towns out here now.
Enjoy the hands, Frozone.
Peace.
All right. So hey, so thank you everybody for coming through and rocking. I'm gonna try to get some sleep before I do this 6-hour drive, and say how much sleep you need for a 6-hour drive, Coach? About 4 hours.
Yeah.
Freezy, you were in the military, man. You done done a lot off of 2 hours sleep.
You better match up the amount of hours you got to drive. You better have that many hours sleep.
6 straight hours of sleep.
The
See, now that's
hardest-
lazy. See, now we being lazy, bro. Now it's 6 straight
You're
hours
not
in one day.
Jamaican. Yep.
We getting 6 hours of sleep in one day.
All right, go for 5.
Bro, nah. Hey, man.
Oh wait, you got to be on the road at 6.
Yeah, man.
Well, you better get your
No,
ass to bed.
I'm getting up at 6, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah. I gotta get up at 6 and so the dogs
oh,
in here.
you can't even get 5 hours. You went to bed right now.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
Yeah, we Caribbean, bro.
it's Eastern time, 108. You're behind.
Shout out to Haiti.
You
Yeah,
better be
1805.
you better get up under them covers next to Mocha at about 1:30.
Nah, bro.
Or you're gonna be hurting.
Bro, so how it works is
She's gonna be like poking you, like, "Oh, wake up!" while you're driving.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna do. So I'm Nigerian, bro. So sleeping 4 hours straight, man. Mo could be like, "Hey, I didn't marry a lazy bum." You know what I'm saying? You trying to sleep 4 hours straight? What's wrong with you? So I probably go in there and watch Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo till that go off, and then go to sleep,
Out of
and
all
then wake
break-ins.
up clock on a dot when the alarm go off, and take the dogs outside so they can smoke their cigarette and walk the grass, and then get on the road. It's like that, and that's the way it is. So, all right, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking, hanging out with us. Cowboy Bob is bullying the community. We're gonna have to check Cowboy Bob the next time we all get together.
Yep. I'm gonna have to have a referee flag.